thing, Jay. It's not even a video. This is a podcast. MDL Podcast. We got Dante. We have our special guest for Phils that plays both Tekken and Street Fighter. Today, we're going to be talking about both games. I'm going to let Dante take it away. Dante, what are we talking about today, my bro?
Let's go, man. So we got a few topics for you. So we got Elena. We got season 3 being pushed back. We got the season 3 leaks. Are they real? We got the system and balancing changes that we'd like to see for season 3, and we've got like a Tekken refugee kind of section where it's like, you know what I mean, talking about what Street Fighter does well that Tekken doesn't, and how Tekken can learn from it. And that. Oh, we're also talking about Mai as well. We're gonna talk about Mai. We've got a whole section for Mai. So yeah, man. Okay, so the Elena trailer dropped. No gameplay, but the trailer dropped. What are you, man, saying about the Elena trailer?
Phils, you go first, man. I got my thoughts on it.
Alright, so Elena, one coming from Street Fighter 4. I didn't play Elena at all. I didn't play that version of Street Fighter. My Street Fighter 4 experience ended at Super Street Fighter 4.
Okay.
Ultra. From my knowledge of Elena in that game, though, she basically kind of did like a Street Fighter 5 Luke situation. Like, she was way too good, especially with the healing. So I think them bringing back Elena is sort of like to bring a buzz. Everyone's going to remember that point in time. Oh my God, it's Elena. Like, it could be a problem. Like, oh, it's something big happening here. I think some people are excited for it. I don't think it's the craziest reveal ever, but I do think that we'll have to see how the healing works, because I have like some thoughts about it. The healing might not heal her health. It might actually heal the drive meter. Because the drive meter is more important than the health in this game. So if it heals the drive meter, it might be even better than what people are thinking.
Yeah. All right. That's proper things, man. What are you saying, Jaden? What are you saying?
I ain't gonna lie to you, yeah. I'm gonna be so real with you, yeah. I don't think no one cares for Elena like that, bro. I'm not gonna be so real. Like, I'm just gonna be honest, bro. Like, no one is sitting there thinking, "Oh, Elena's back." Like, bro, I think the DLC season 2 is kind of whack, bro. And I think she's not really like Elena is someone that is hated in bro. Like, she's hated, bro. Like, bro, that healing stuff was problematic in Street Fighter, like in Ultra Street Fighter 4, bro. Like, people were like, no, we don't want to do with Elena. Like, she can just get broke up. She'll just not. She's got a throw it. She can throw you all the way to the other side. Healing. And it's like, bro, what? And she was strong. Like, she was strong. She's not a weak character with that situation. But she was strong. When she hits it, you're hearing them thuds. You're hearing them thuds in the hits. And so, I don't know, innit? Like, I'm not really excited. I feel like people are gonna play her for the same thing that Phil said. It's just the healing. Like, that's the main thing. People don't remember her supers. They just remember healing because it was so stupid. And back then, there was no patches. It was like, literally, they released the character, that's it. But people said it was broken, so yeah, I'm not really a fan. I'm more excited for season 3. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
One thing, I just want to add that she wasn't really popular because people liked her. She was popular just because she was broken. Obviously, at a high level, people are going to pick up the character. It wasn't really a popularity in terms of, oh, we think this character is super cool.
I love that you said that, for Phils, because I feel like so many people throw that out the window when it comes to certain characters. Like I genuinely, like, when you say that, the first thought that comes to my mind is Fackenram. Like, Fackenram, they all say, oh, you know what I mean? He was so cool and did it, and it's just like, not really. People played him because when he came out, it was absolutely busted. And like with the trailer, when he come, obviously he said he's got the most viewed trailer, right? But I feel like that was mostly because in the trailer, he's like seemed to be way taller than Marduk, and we're just like, what the hell's going on here? Like, this guy's taller than Marduk, but in game he's not even really that. So, yeah, man. I think you're right on that subject. What I would say about Elena, I agree with you, Jay. Like, especially after just dropping Mai, and who's a problematic character. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think following up with Elena is kind of whack. Let's be real. Like, a character that's been, like, very controversial. Do you know what I'm saying? And like some people would say, like kind of killed the end of Street Fighter 4, whatever. A very beloved game as well. Yeah, I don't know, but from the trailer, I think she looks really good. Like, you know, the design. Hopefully we get, you know, like, you know where she was, like with all the animals and that. Hopefully we get that as a stage. I think that would be really good as well.
The nature thing, the nature stage.
Yeah, I feel that would be lit, man. In terms of what she's gonna play, like, bro, I hope they don't take the risk. Like, I feel like I don't think the healing thing is necessary. To be honest,
nah, it is for the culture. It's for the culture, bro. It's for that Street Fighter culture, bro.
You need it though, like, bro. That's like, remember, no, Gil was in 4, no 5.
He was in 3.
He didn't have healing, but when he in 3, he was known for the healing thing as a boss kind of thing. But in 5, he didn't have the healing. So like, does Elena need the healing? You don't think they could just give her something else? I think they could, you know.
Nah, because she was bottom tier, and she was bottom tier in First Strike. Like no one really cared about her in First Strike. And then when they brought her in Street Fighter 4, they made the healing good, and then that's when people played her.
I think, yeah, but that's not a good way to go about it, and they should have learned from that mistake.
Bro, like, modern day fighting game is not the right way to go about it, bro.
Oh, come on, man.
I feel like the healing is her. That's what she's known for now.
Bro, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
They can make her known for something. I think they've got potential. I think she has long limbs. She's got long buttons. She had a really good overhead, from what I remember. So, like, obviously, drive rush overhead, and you know her buttons are going to be a bit of a threat. Quite a threat. She might be like one of them. She might be kind of one of them like long range button characters. Do you know what I mean? With the drive rush mix and stuff. And then yeah, man, they could make a creative. I don't know if they put the healing in. I don't know how they would balance it. Like
drive
meter, man. Drive meter or health. I don't know which one is worse, but I think it's going to be one of the two.
Even the drive meter would be dumb. Imagine
drive meter might be worse because she might just never go and burn out. Ever.
Yeah, like so. I don't know, bro. I'll be honest. Like I don't know whether it's necessary. I don't know if they're gonna do, because I'm thinking them dropping her straight after Mai is quite a bit of a quote unquote, like, it's like a risk, man. And like I feel like they want to deliver and they don't want to annoy people with it. I don't know though, man, because Mai's an issue as well. I don't know. I actually don't know, man. We'll have to see, bro.
You know what it is, yeah? I think that after dropping Terry and Mai, who are 2 non-Street Fighter characters, right? They're both coming through KOF, right? That's cool. You've got a crossover going there. But after you do something like that, I think you need a returning character that's like a fan favorite.
Bam.
This game dropped with a lot of new characters as the base roster. They're like, okay, we know Ryu, Ken, Chun-Li, Cammy, but oh yeah, we have Luke and Jamie now. They're like the main characters of this game and stuff like that. So get used to these new characters, Manon and all of that is cool, but there's a lot of returning characters people want that are not in the game. You know, we have Bison. That was probably the biggest one, right?
Yeah.
And Rashid came back from Street Fighter 5, even though nobody asked for that. He just came in.
Likes Rashid.
Rashid just came for no reason. But I think them dropping Elena next, it's gonna be really hit or miss for a lot of people because there's so many characters. Sagat, where's Sagat at? Why can't Sagat be in roster ever?
Hey.
I don't even play Sagat, but why can't Sagat ever be base roster? I understand Akuma's, they're gonna sell the game more anytime Akuma comes as a DLC and stuff, but like a lot of these characters need to be base roster or come sooner into the game as DLC.
Feels like you're Street Fighter guy, like you're like, you get me, you're a Street Fighter guy, you get me. I play Street Fighter, but I was a Tekken guy, but whatever. What is their issue with Sagat, bro? I don't understand. Like, bro, Donnie is Street Fighter 1 final boss, bro. Street Fighter 2, like, bro, like, if I get honestly, when I chat to anyone, about Street Fighter, everyone knows about Sagat, you know. I swear that everyone knows about Tiger Shot, everyone knows about Tiger Uppercut. Do you get what I'm saying? What's the issue with him? I don't get it. Like, why are they selling him? Like, have you got a reason why do you think they're selling him now, like in 5 and in potentially 6?
And just to add on to that, but for Phils, before you just say that, have you not realized there's no Muay Thai character in both Street Fighter and Tekken?
What's going on?
That's actually true.
If these men go Thailand and get punched in because what? Yeah, man. These man have a one night out and get lamped in, bro. I don't see what's going on. Now, Phils, but what's your theory on this, bro? Like,
Give man the
honestly,
elbow.
it really baffles my head, bro. It really baffles my head.
It's a weird one. Like, Sagat is known to be that guy, you know, and even when you think of like Street Fighter 4, when you would think of like Sagat moments, even in tournament, memorable moments of like Bonchan and all of that, it's like there's enough memorable moments and the character's popular enough for him to be base roster. Maybe it just comes down to the fact of, I don't know, selling the game more. You know, the same reason Akuma's always going to be DLC, you know.
You reckon he's always going to be DLC now?
100%.
I don't think Akuma's ever going to be base roster ever again.
100%.
I think he'll always be DLC.
Was he beat DLC in 5 as well? He wasn't it?
Yeah.
Season
two.
1 or 2?
Two.
Yeah, DLC.
They're pinpointing certain characters that they know.
Yeah, just like Kage / Evil Ryu, they'll always be DLC type characters.
Yeah, because they're seen as like
they're money makers.
They're the gritty Shotos, and it like you've got your
Basics.
vanilla kind of you just regular Shotos, and then you got the Badman Shotos. You know what I'm saying? The Badman Shotos, you gotta pay for the Badman Shotos. You know what I'm saying?
I think the issue with Sagat, even in 5 when he came into the game, he came late, and also he was never top tier or even above mid tier. So it's one of them ones where, in terms of creating memorable moments or people remembering, remember Sagat in 5, he wasn't that great, so it's one of them ones.
They should have just released him as base, and it like really
may as well if he's not going to be that crazy.
He
may as well, yeah.
I don't know, but the thing is, I think they're kind of scared of like another, because he was dumb in 2, and he was dumb in 4, wasn't it? It wasn't the first version of 4. Or,
vanilla one.
He was
dumb.
so stupid. So I don't know whether they're just scared of something like that happening again, where it's just tiger shots everywhere. You know, I don't know.
And the range as well, and his range. Range is kind of difficult to balance in like maybe Street Fighter 6 because everyone drive rush forward, but you could just do a mid kick and you're not going nowhere. You'll just check you.
Yeah. I don't know if they're so much afraid simply because in Street Fighter 6 projectiles get nullified by parry. So and you got perfect parry into button, and so it's like I don't think they're too scared of his zoning capabilities.
Nah, maybe it's the buttons. I don't know, like, because the thing is, like, they're not bothered about giving other people silly things. So it's just like I don't know, like, he's a boss character at the end of the day. Like, he's an original Street Fighter boss, so they don't mind giving Bison silly stuff. Do you know what I'm saying? So I don't know what it is, man. But
they'll probably give him a super slow fireball.
Yeah,
drive rush behind it, and then get a mix or something.
I think his drive rush is going to be like mad slow, and he's going to have mad slow walk speed as well. That's what I think. Like, definitely, there's no way Sagat's going to have a fast drive rush. No way.
I don't know. Bison came out with like the fastest drive rush in the game. Yeah, from being a character with slow walk speed and all of that, he's come with the fastest drive rush. I don't know, you know.
They love making Bison busted. Though. They love it.
Bro, I love Bison.
Everyone will cry, bro. They'll be getting drive rush overhead elbow on the head. And it's just long. It will be long into tiger knees and the lot. Yeah. So I think we'll get back onto Sagat later on. But all right, season 3 being pushed back.
Wait. Before we get into season 3, there's one thing we didn't speak about with Elena. The date that she's coming out is late. What do you lot think about that? She's coming out on June the 5th. The game came out on June the 2nd, so she's basically just about overlapping when the game got released. So what do you think about her being released so late? And not even seeing a trailer, we're in April now. She's coming out June the 5th. Like, what do you think about that?
Well, I'll go first on this one. They coincided her release date with the Switch 2.
Yes.
So that's what they did.
Yes.
But to me, I don't know exactly why, because I feel like they could have released her earlier or the season early, whatever, and still it would have been a launch title for the Switch 2. It wouldn't have affected things too much. And the thing is, like, I don't know, man. Like, is it really going to affect the sales that much that it comes out on the same, you know what I mean? She comes out on the same day as the Switch 2. Like, I don't, you know what I mean? Maybe I'm missing something here.
I think I think there could be a season. There could be like a patch update that is for Elena and the whole game. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So I feel like that's the reason why, like, we'll just get everything. They haven't been transparent with us, but I feel like we're gonna get like a whole like balance patch and Elena. So then that way they'll just drop it on that day. Plus anyone that's got the Switch version, it will be that updated version. Does that make sense?
Wouldn't have they have announced it though? Like,
No.
by now,
No.
like,
No.
you don't think that, like, is that how they work? They like,
Yep.
tell you like a month before.
Not even a month before, bro.
Usually after Capcom Cup or whatever, we'd know when we're expecting our next patch, and it wouldn't be that long afterwards.
Yeah. Obviously, isn't Capcom Cup?
It's done, but they haven't said anything.
There's been no communication, so that's what my thing is. It's like, I think that it's not so much the date as to when she's coming out, it's the fact that there's been no communication in terms of what we're supposed to expect and when we're supposed to expect it.
What, like,
so we're kind of left there.
Why do you think that is? Because historically, normally, you told us that like they have been communicating, right? So like, why now do you reckon that they haven't done that? Do you know what I mean? Like, why would you not know when the balance patch is coming out, or like, you know what I mean? When historically they always do it that way. So, do you know what I mean?
I'm not too sure why. It's like, everybody right now wants. Obviously, Elena's coming. We know this now.
No one cares about Elena. Sorry.
No, I don't think people care to. I don't think people really care about Elena. I personally don't. Right? I'll try the character out to see, but I personally don't really care about Elena. Right? Yeah, like right now, I think people want to see what's going to happen with the game because it's been 2 years and we're playing the same game as what the beta was. Playing the same way. You have drive reversal now.
Pretty much.
It hasn't changed, right? There's been nothing to spice up the game in terms of how it's played. When new characters come out, it's just a version of a character that's already in the game. They play the same. Is it going to be a fireball driver's character? Is it going to be a crouch medium kick driver's character? Or is it going to be a character that plays their own game, like JP?
Yeah.
His
own game.
Yeah,
Brother,
literally.
His own game,
Bro, man is a platform boss, bro. He's a platform boss.
Bro, that character's so flipping busted. It's unreal, man.
Brother, I just want to say something about Street Fighter. Like, brother, why do we have Elena as a DLC, bro? When there's characters like Sagat, Balrog, Vega, Cody, Relento, DiCapri, there's so many characters, and they fall on their memo board. Hey, we're gonna put Elena back. Not only, but we're missing Street Fighter Third Strike characters. This is meant to be after Third Strike, bro. That's how destroyed.
The only thing I can think of, bro. The only thing I can think of is that they're saving all the bad man characters for season 3, season 4.
But when everyone drops out,
a good long lifespan. Do you know what I'm saying?
That's
the only thing I can think of. Even that doesn't really make sense because they could have just put bare bad. Like, to me, bro, why is Ed in the game over Dudley? I would never understand that. I would never, ever understand
I just want to shake them, bro. I just want to shake them, bro.
Like, Ed is so whack, bro. Like, who likes Ed? Like,
what is he doing, bro?
Actually, I feel like people just play him because he's dumb as well. Like, why? Like, as a character, who likes Ed, bro? Psycho power boxer. That.
It's crazy, man. I really don't understand. Even for me, the most surprising one. Here's the thing: the most surprising one for me is Rashid, because at least with Ed, when you look at a character like Ed, he came in Street Fighter 5, he was like the most casual character.
Casual.
It doesn't get more casual than him, right? So him then bringing him back in 6 is like, oh yeah, remember this guy you probably played a lot in 5? He's in 6 as well now. He's redesigned and he's all of this. But Rashid, I know Rashid's got I know some tournament players, Gachikun and Oyo King and Big Bird. I know they did their thing with Rashid, but genuinely nobody asked for that character to
no one liked him
at all. No one liked him either.
And the thing is, I feel like it's blatant, and it's the same thing with close to the same thing with Shaheen in Tekken as well. Is that like they know no one cares about this character, so we're gonna give him something dumb so people play the character, and it's like, bro, it's blatant with Rashid. It's blatantly that with his level 2. Like,
Oh, bro.
why?
Best thing in the game.
Like, I actually like, bro. My personal opinion. Remember, I'm just I'm high master rank. I'm not no Street Fighter guy like that. But to me,
Now, you're a high master rank though. Like, you are a Street Fighter guy, but we're all Street Fighter guys. We're in the master. We're in the master league.
Bro, these men say that you're not good until you reach 2000 MR or whatever.
Oh, is that what they say? I better go in the game. I'm gonna go in the game. Okay,
you're nobody until you 2000 MR, bro.
Remember people said this. Remember this on this clip, bro. Clip it. I'm there.
I'm a nobody on Street. Like, bro, I actually think Street Fighter loses serious points as like it's actually competitively a worse game purely because Rashid's level 2 exists. Because
there's no point using level 3.
Like, Donnie's they've knocked you down level 2. That's it. Like, you can't do. There's literally no counterplay, and he can literally do whatever he wants
on the screen.
And it's just like that is only in the game blatantly because they know that no one would play that character unless he had it.
Unless he has something stupid.
No one would play that character unless he had something stupid like his level 2 or whatever. So I just think that's a whack approach, to be honest. Like, I hope it gets nerfed, but I don't see it happening because they want to sell Rashid DLCs. You know what I mean? They wouldn't have give some like I don't think they would have give something like Rashid level 2 to someone that's base roster. Do you know what I'm saying? So
you can't.
Yeah, man, I think that's kind of whack, but I hear what you're saying about Rashid.
Yeah, nah. But yeah, nah, we can move on to the next one, then move on to the next topic still.
So did we talk about I was gonna say talk about season 3 being pushed back, so what that means for like the competitive kind of Street Fighter scene. So obviously, as you said, Phil's like normally you'd have a balance patch by now or whatever. So isn't the new like season of tournaments going to start on the same patch on season 2 now?
Oh well, technically this is what this means. The season or the competitive season will be starting before we've actually gotten a patch. I'm not sure about the date of the first tournament for the CPT. However, by the way it's looking is we're going to be playing on season 2 patch before we actually get season 3 to come out. So it's going to be crazy because you're going to go in playing the character you're playing right now for midway through the season, a patch to happen, and then your character might be smoked. You might need to, the balancing might completely change. What if they change some of the game's mechanics and the game plays a completely different way, and now it favors characters like Manon and Geef, right? You never know. So it's looking scary for competitors right now.
Yeah, it's looking kind of whack, man. It feels like they've kind of, done that, not really caring about the competitors too much, maybe for the money and the Switch 2. I don't know. It's a bit mad right now.
I think a lot. I was gonna say I think a lot of this would be taken in a lot better if there was communication and they told us what they're actually doing. Right now we just don't know, so everyone's making speculations and all of these things. We don't actually know why. There's never an answer as to why we're not getting information on what's going on.
Do you know one thing that's quite sad is that this is the same thing with Tekken. So it's not like it's just Street Fighter. Like this is, I feel like I've openly said, I think fighting game developers in Japan, they're not good at communication. They don't understand communication. I feel like they used to make good games, but I feel like now they're trying to, they've looked at the Fortnite model, seen how Fortnite has made money. They're adding in things into, the fighting games, but it just doesn't emulate well with, Street Fighter and Tekken. Like, prime example, the avatars. They've been showing avatars in this game for ages, like bare new avatars, and no one cares. Apparently, the Japan scene cares, but bro, Japan, out of how many people buy and play this game, it's a small portion. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like a very, very small portion. Like, I don't care about the avatars. Every time I see it, I'm just like, bro, where are the costumes for these characters? Like, bro,
there's no colors. There's no colors. Bro, I'm playing JP default 1 color 2. Since the game dropped. There's no colors. There's no costumes. If you look at Street Fighter 5, they had so many costumes for all the characters. Yeah. Chun-Li had like 20 all to herself.
I was gonna say that, like
it's crazy.
I don't know what's going on with the costumes, man. I don't know what it is. Like,
I guess people are in Battle Hub with their avatars and I don't know. Playing World Tour. Speaking of World Tour, I think World Tour was so much time wasted. They could have just done the regular story mode and did what Tekken does with an expansion pack for the next part of the story. I don't think people play. No one's playing World Tour. No one's playing World Tour.
I'm not gonna lie.
Like,
Nobody plays that.
So I was gonna say, Phil's like, so in terms of the Street Fighter lore, yeah, to get the lore, do you have to go into World Tour? Because I haven't played World Tour. I literally don't care about World Tour, but I was actually very interested in the lore in 5. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to see what happened next in 6. But like, do you have to see? Do you know what I mean? Like, do you have to go to the World Tour to find out all that information, or what?
I haven't even done the World Tour, but from what I do know is the World Tour mainly talks about the integration of like the new characters and how they fit into the game, sort of thing.
So it's not really like the actual gritty lore, because not
as far as I know.
So do you know about towards the end of the 5? Do you know about Sagat's lore and how that was going on? How he was like he got like the Dark Ado was like kind of like taking.
Yeah.
Like I felt like that was mad. Like bro, like
it was interesting.
You can't just tell me that Sagat's got Dark Ado, bro, and not like what's going on here, bro? We're gonna get evil. What's going on? Like yo, and then like you get me next game, I don't see nothing like that. So I don't know, man. But I saw something about apparently Bison. Apparently he had his eyes fixed on Sagat. Like he's mentioning Sagat a lot in the World Tour or something like that. I don't know.
Right. I do want to mention. I think Sagat is guaranteed to come into this game.
100%.
I just don't know. I just don't know at what point, but guaranteed.
Yeah. Like because he hasn't missed one since 3, but Bear People missed 3 in it.
The Bear People.
So, and he's even in all the side games as well, like even in the spin-offs and stuff.
Yeah.
So, I think it's just a thing of they know that he's gonna make money. They probably saw how he sold in 5. To be fair, I reckon he sold well, but yeah, he just wasn't that good.
I think he's gonna be really good in this game. They've made majority of DLC characters really good in this game.
And I think
Cheed, Ed,
I just
Tyson.
think
that guy is good as well now.
Aki's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Aki's silly. But I just think that there's no way you can have a drive system and Sagat's not good. Like,
nah, I believe so.
You know what I mean?
I believe so.
And overhead.
Nah. I believe. Bro, when Sagat was in Street Fighter 5, that the V system didn't really work in Sagat's favor compared to like G and all these other characters. Let's be honest.
That was like a comeback
mechanic
thing, whereas like, and they basically gave him bad combat mechanics, but his drive is like, it's the overall game mechanic that lets you know how well it affects your buttons, basically, like how good your buttons are is how good they work with drive. And I can't see Sagat having a low forward and the overhead. I don't think anyone with a low forward and the overhead in 5 is bad.
No.
Not one character. If you have a low forward and the overhead, you can't be bad.
Every Shoto's good. Every coming is good.
There's not one character with a low forward, cancelable low forward, and the overhead.
Yeah. I was gonna say Marissa, but she doesn't have a low forward. She doesn't have a low forward. Cancelable.
Exactly. So
and he has a projectile as well. So I think that
is. And remember, Sagat's anti-airs are they're quite consistent as well. And I can see like the way the counter hit and the punish counter system works with the people that jumping in and that. Come on, stand heavy kick is gonna be long. Like I just don't see him being bad. The only way I can see him being bad is if I don't know. He's just like his links are just terrible. Like they were kind of bad in 5, but like if they make his links really really bad, then maybe. But I don't see it, man. We'll have to look.
You know what I think about Sagat? Why I think he's gonna be good is because in this game, a lot of the neutral is played with specials. A lot of it's played with normals and buttons, but a lot of it is played with specials. You look at Terry, for example, he'll do like a full screen knuckle punch, and it's plus on block because it was spaced. He's gonna get like Tiger knee space, and then he gets in. You know what I'm saying? Fireball, drive rush, overhead, stuff like that. I think with his kit, he'll be right. And then his zoning's probably gonna be toxic. He's gonna have like 2-3 different fireball speeds that you can switch between.
The light one's gonna be quite slow.
Yeah,
that's why I think his drive rush is gonna be really slow to kind of prevent that being too silly. Do you know what I'm saying?
Potentially.
So, we'll see what they give him, but he might be mid-tier, he might be all right. We'll see, man. But okay, so we've got here's one. Okay, the season 3 leak.
All right, hold on. Before you even say anything, if this is a part, obviously this is going for YouTube. So if you're not watching this on YouTube, if you lot don't want to know about the leaks, now would be the time to click off. But we are going to discuss the leaks. Yeah. So let's go.
Okay, so the leaks, yeah. First of all, the man think these leaks are real?
Yeah.
That's what, off the bat, do you think they're real?
Yep.
Phils, what do you think?
I think it's
From
real.
what I heard, it's coming from the same person who leaked previous things that ended up being true. So it's looking like a reliable source so far. So I think they might be true. So I'm scared, but
from what I know, so like this leak just came like not long ago, just came out. But before that, I was hearing rumors as well, and there was a guy that predicted season 2 before it came out. So he did a season 2 prediction, and it was the exact characters that, do you get me, came out in season 2. And how could you predict that? Bison, Mai, flipping, who was it, Terry? Like, there's no way on the planet you can predict that, bro. And this guy predicted, he was like, oh, that's my prediction. But that same guy predicted Alex, Sagat, and C Viper as well, I'm sure.
Yeah. Who's the last character?
Ingrid.
So
that's the character.
Yeah, man. Obviously the other guy leaked the the straight 4, but the other guy who predicted Alex, Sagat, and he was the other one as well. C Viper. So, bruv, if these leaks are true, I personally think that's a really good season. I don't even like Alex. I don't like Alex, bro. But I can appreciate that he's like, he is kind of like a fan favorite because I think he's one of the cooler Street Fighter like main characters. Do you get what I'm saying? So I think he's gonna be cheap. I think he was mad cheap at the end of 5. But, yeah, I can appreciate. And to be fair, okay, for the guys that like grapplers, at least there'll be another grappler. And I hate grapplers, but people like grapplers, and so you'll have Zangief, Manon, and then you'll have Alex to play around with now. And Aki. I'm joking. But yeah, man. I think that's really good, man. I think Z5 was quite cool, man. What do you think, Phils, man?
So, all right, without being biased, right? Because personally, none of these characters interest me personally. Bias aside, right? Alex, I'm sure some people are hyped for Alex. There's a lot of Alex players out there, all of that. Sagat, that's a no-brainer. He belongs to the game. The game feels weird without him in it. Yeah. C Viper is probably the one I'm the most excited for. When I think C Viper, I think of a lot of creativity from a lot of watching Street Fighter 4 clips and tournament matches. And C Viper, I think, might be really interesting. Now, my actual only issue with this is Ingrid. And I say this because this is supposed to be a modern fighting game, right? You make a modern fighting game for all these people who have never touched a fighting game in their life. Come play this new game, and you bring Ingrid, who a lot of people don't know this character at all, by the way.
Bro, who is Ingrid?
Listen, if you're coming from, you've never played fighting games before, yeah? And you're coming like, oh, let me try this game, Street Fighter, it's new, it's got Drive Rush and all that. Why am I hyped for Ingrid?
Bro, who's Ingrid, man?
Bro, why are you not upset about Ingrid? Ingrid is sick.
Like, why would I be hyped for Ingrid?
Bro, she came from Third Strike Upper. Not Third Strike, sorry. Street Fighter 3 Alpha Upper Max or something like that.
Who the hell played that game?
It's on PSP.
Who played that, bro?
I played it.
No one played that, bro.
I don't think people are hyped for Ingrid at all. I don't know why. It's so random. And it's another thing as well. We just talked a couple minutes ago about bringing in these returning characters, and now we're getting Ingrid. Like, what's going on? There's bare characters out there in the Street Fighter world. I can't defend Ingrid.
It's like they don't want to make money, bro. It's like they want, like, I don't get it. It's like contradictory. It's like they want to make money, like, because obviously they're doing microtransactions and all this. But the main ways that they could make money, this is for Tekken and Street Fighter. I feel like they're throwing so much money out the window as well. Because like even the Tekken 8 first season was trash. Like compared to like all the characters you could have brought back, bro. Like, do you know what I'm saying? That would have been mad hype. And then with Street Fighter as well, Ingrid over Balrog, Dudley. Like, there's so many characters you could think of, bro. Yun and Yang, Seth. Like, her? Like, you really think Ingrid's going to sell more than them? And the thing is, again, I think the only way that they're going to, like, make up for this bad decision, in my opinion, of a DLC character is making her stupid.
Make her broken.
Like, and it's like, you're just hurting the competitive integrity of the game because you got to put in characters that no one wants. But to make up for it, you just gotta make them broken. So like, yeah, now it's like, oh yeah, so it looks like people want the character and people like the character, but it's like, nah, they're just, you know what I'm saying? The characters are stupid, innit? So I don't know, man. I agree with you 100% there, man.
I'm not gonna lie to you, yeah. This season pass would probably be the best season pass so far. I know that Akuma came at the end of season 1. I kind of again, but if you're looking at overall, it just looked whack. Like I didn't care about other characters. If we look at season 2, I'm a huge SNK fan. You know, I played all the King of Fighters, played all the Fatal 3 games. I cared about Terry. I cared about Bison. I don't care about Mai. I don't care about Elena. Whack. Yeah. So then when you look at season 3, and it's like, oh, Alex. Like I don't really care about Alex, but he's the main character of Third Strike. Why is he not base roster in the game? It doesn't make any sense. Like, but okay, he's DLC. Cool.
I think the timing of it as well, especially because of like what Tekken's going through now. I think the timing of dropping a really good season like this, and if they nail the balancing changes as well, bruh, it could like
be long. It could be long.
Street Fighter look very good, man. They know that Sagat's gonna be gassed anyway, because he always gassed his animes. They're always gassed every single time. So see Viper coming back. I think that's really like she is one of
the most interesting one for me.
Coolest waifus in the whole of fighting games. I think she's gas, bro.
Yeah.
Like, she comes with the suit. She's actually different. Like
yeah, the
not like the other waifus. Yeah, like she's not. You know what I mean? She's literally different, bro. Like with the red hair and the suit and the
glasses and that. Yeah,
whatever's on her hand. Like she's gas, bro. I actually think like she's gas. So we'll see what comes with her.
Personally,
Alex is gonna be cheap as grappler. No one cares about his stupid stomp from half screen.
No, but I was just gonna finish off of what I think about. I think Saga is gonna be quite sick. They always have the Buddha in the Buddha stage, so you know I think that will always that's 100%, bro. It sells. It sells. You could bring that stage back. That's selling 100%. If they don't do that, that's stupid.
Okay, with Sagat, you think they're gonna do anything crazy because of like the darker doll thing that he was coming with? Or do you think it's just
the chest thing?
Or is he gonna come like? Is he gonna come and he's gonna like half darker doll, half like? Is he gonna be? You know what I mean? Like you know how Bison's a bit weird now. Like I don't know. Like do you reckon they're gonna play on the darker doll thing a bit?
They might give the guy install level 2.
I was thinking about that. Yeah.
What? Like,
they might get install level 2.
Like he might have to go. You know, like before when in Street Fighter 5 where he does. I think it goes and then
he powers up.
Yeah. I think if he does that before the level 2, I think he'll have it install like that. Like something will happen. Like he just goes mad with the shots or something. Or
power up his uppercuts and his knees and
so
he'll get more juggle properties on some of the specials.
He might get EXME wall bounce from Cross Tekken back in it.
Is that
I don't know if you want that, you know, Jay. I don't know if you want that, you know. Trust me. I think they, you know what it is? They can do a lot with Sagat, man, because like obviously he's a Muay Thai character, but I don't think they've tapped into the clinch yet. Like if they give Sagat a clinch or something like that, that would be crazy. I think there's some they could give him some new crazy moves still, because I think a lot of the characters that have come back, they've got some sort of new special move. Like, obviously, even Ken's a main example of that, but then obviously Bison's got new special moves. I think they didn't really do much to Ryu in terms of they just brought back an old special move, but with Sagat, I could see them giving him a new special move, but I just don't know what it is. Everyone that comes back, they've been getting new special moves, right? From what I've been seeing.
Even Akuma's got that new punch,
the new double palm thing. So I feel like I do definitely think I don't think they have to. I think uppercut knee is gassed anyway, but I could see them giving him some sort of special move, new special move. I don't know what it would be though, but I'm excited to see that. So yeah, man. Season 3 is looking mad still. It's looking mad and the leaks are looking real, but I don't want to get our hopes up too much, so we'll just park that there. Do you know what I'm saying? We'll park that there for now.
Cool.
System and balancing changes for season 3. So this is where it gets gritty because Phils is already grinning. He's already grinning. Yeah, because a lot of people aren't happy with the actual system itself. I think with a few tweaks, it could be a really good system. But as of now, there's some things that are too abusable. So go on, Phils, kick it off, man. Kick it off. What are you saying?
Actually, bro, I have a whole Word document. Yeah, man,
on
my left. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that can be changed in Street Fighter 6 that. Here's the first thing I want to say is it's hard to balance the way they've made the game. Like, it's hard to change the game without just straight out taking away mechanics. Because when you think about taking things out or making things weaker, you start thinking, oh, if you nerf drive rush, this becomes too strong. If you nerf parry, this becomes too strong. If you nerf this, these characters now dominate and the rest starts to struggle. So it's definitely like delicate what you can and can't nerf, right? But what I disagree with is not changing it at all, like the system and how it works. Because playing the same game for years and years, it gets dry. Even balancing aside, tournaments aside, it literally just gets dry for everyone playing the same thing for so long, right?
Bro, trial and error in it. Trial and error, man. You gotta see what works, man. At least don't
Exactly.
just sit there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. First thing I'll say, throw loops have to go.
Yeah.
Throw loops have to go.
Yeah.
The number one thing people say in defense of throw loops is that if you take away throw loops, characters like JP and Gao are going to be too good now. What I say to that is take away throw loops and then deal with that issue. I'm not saying take away throw loops. Yeah, people are saying, oh yeah, you take away throw loops, Gao and JP are too strong because once you get in now, you can't stay in.
I thought the main argument against throw loops was perfect parry's going to be too strong.
So, yeah, people do say that as well. But they're just thinking of like characters being too strong because of it.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. I haven't heard that one still. I haven't heard that argument still, but maybe that's like, high level arguments. You get me? I
have something for perfect parry as well. But I want to say the second one was remove drive rush into specials. So in this game, you can do drive rush, and from the drive rush, you can cancel it into a special move. You don't have to press a button. You can do DJ, for example, right? Dante plays DJ, right? Drive rush into sway back. Yeah.
What is that broken? Is that what?
It's broken because if I'm a good player, because Street Fighter 6, what it wants you to do, I don't think this game's meant to be played by humans. It's meant to be played by a robot or AI or something. Because what they want you to do, is be able to react to everything. React to the drive rush. At the same time, react to DI. At the same time, be ready to anti-air. At the same time, play neutral. Be ready to whiff punish if something whiffs. As a human being, it's impossible to be able to react to everything. You have to focus on a set few things and let the other things go. It's just not possible. So, if someone drive rushes at me, and I'm a good player and I have the reactions to react to that drive rush, whatever range it came from, I should simply be able to punish the drive rush. I shouldn't go for my button to check your drive rush and you've done sway back or scissor kick with Bison. And now, because of my good reactions, I get punished instead into punish counter and I lose the game. Right. That shouldn't be a thing. Drive rush is a skip neutral, which should be used at the cost of a risk all the time. It shouldn't be a 50-50, you trying to get in on me.
100%. 100%. I agree. I agree on that point still.
You got another thing. I have quite a few. I got quite a few.
This area.
Remove plus on block overhead from drive rush.
Thank you. Oh my days, that's one of the dumbest
things. Oh my gosh. So it gets combo.
Into flow afterwards. It's so dumb, bro.
Like if you've gone for the overhead, you've knocked me down, right? You've gone for drive rush into overhead. You're now going for a mix up to where I have to react because you could have done drive rush into low. You could have done medium, whatever. You could have done overhead. You could have thrown me, whatever you want to do. So if I'm having to react to your mix, if I react correctly and block,
you should be warded.
It should end your turn.
100%.
Your turn should end.
100%.
Right? Now, your turn should end. And of course, you can perfect parry overheads, but we just talked about how it's impossible to react to everything that's been thrown to you in this game. Yeah. Right? Yeah. So if you perfect parry it, you get your punish, cool. But if you get a regular parry on it as well, it should be the same as if it was blocked. Like, it should literally just end your turn.
Yeah.
I don't mind you getting combos from it if it actually hit me. That's fine. You've gone for your mix-up off the knockdown. That's cool. But I think it should definitely end your turn if it gets blocked or parried.
Yeah.
I also have perfect parry. I think should only trigger on specials. I don't think you should be getting perfect parried for meeting someone with a jab. on their wake up. Going for a regular meaty shouldn't just feel like death because they can just you do jab jab jab, right? They shouldn't be able to just I'm just gonna parry in between. Oh, it's perfect parry, back throw to the corner, lost the game, throw loops. No, because when that's the thing, it makes it so that pressure, like there's no real pressure in the game. Everything's fake because everything loses to parry unless you go for a throw. So you ever been in this situation when you're playing the game, yeah? Nothing's even been pressed. You're just walking back and forth on the screen, right? You get close to your opponent, you throw out a button, and they're just randomly perfect parried at that time.
Yeah.
And you can lose the game. You can lose the whole game from that. It's it ruins the flow of the game. And when you lose like that, you say, "What did I do wrong?"
And you know
you didn't
what?
really do anything wrong.
You know what I'll say about that as well? I do think that's kind of like an opening for cheaters to abuse as well more.
Yeah.
So the people that are cheating, do you know what I mean? It just makes it way easier for them to win because now they can just perfect parry just everything, like even if it's a button. So I do slightly agree with that one still. Carry on.
Yeah. It also gives the parry. People will start parrying with more intent now. People are parrying for everything at the moment. I don't want to take pressure parry. Oh, I don't have the reactions to anti-air. I'm gonna parry last second, perfect parry anti-air. Or I've also
Hey, listen.
People are gonna be parrying with intent now. It's like, why are you using your parry? It's like, oh, he did crouch medium kick, yeah. I think he's gonna cancel crouch medium kick into fireball. I'm gonna parry after the crouch medium kick, get a perfect parry on the fireball, and then go for a punish. There's more intent as to why you're pressing the parry. On special moves, it'll be fine. It'll be fine on projectiles. If you're doing like, I don't know, Terry's doing the punch special, perfect parry, it'll be fine that way.
Yeah, I hear it.
What else do I have? Oh, this one might be a bit controversial. So I've got button into drive rush.
You don't even want to say it.
I want to ask you guys how you guys feel about this as well.
Say it, bro.
Button into drive rush shouldn't be plus on block.
Thank you.
But can be safe.
Say that again. Say that again.
But not plus on block. Button into drive rush. If someone's just on you, they do a button into drive rush into like jab or whatever. It shouldn't be plus. It can be safe, but it shouldn't be plus.
I agree with that. I've been saying that.
Because then it could do plus jab and then grab.
Yeah.
Because
for free. Basically for free, you put them. It's a mix.
But it costs drive rush though. It costs drive me.
It does. But drive rush comes back on its own, and you get put in burnout, and then your entire meter's back if you survived it. And it's like you can do it so many times. And also, people always say it costs you 3 bars because you do like you do button drive rush 3 bars as God, right? But you can do raw drive rush into button, and you've lost like half a bar. It's like it's too good. If you get the hit, you get the hit and you convert. But if I blocked it, you can be safe.
And what that would do, that would turn the mechanic and the way people use it into more of a whiff punish kind of mechanic. They would use it to extend their damage off their whiff punishment. So people wouldn't just be like throwing out low forwards just to make you block it and then get a throw mix or a shimmy or you get what I'm saying, like, and then just win the whole round off one blocked normal into an interaction. So it would completely change the game, but I'm for it, to be fair. I'll keep it 100 with you. What will you say about that, Jay?
I think they just need to find a way how to kind of make this game fair. I feel like a lot of these like mechanics in Street Fighter and even like Tekken, it's like they've got mechanics that they're just trying to just allow just aggressive play to just overwhelm people, and that's not necessarily, it's not good. As you can see, like, Tekken and Street Fighter have been around for years, and it's like, if we look at the competitive scene, it's not really like, maybe Street Fighter 6 has been increasing, I can't lie, because the numbers have been insane, but it's like, it's not like, if you really want this to do really well, you don't have to make a game so overwhelming with aggression. You can make it balanced, and people will respect that. But I think what they want, the developers from both Tekken and Street Fighter, they want new champions. They want new players to come in, and they don't really care about the players that are already there because they know that we're going to buy the game. Do you know what I'm saying? And and that's the sad part, because now we're getting games that are not balanced, and we're getting these, like you said, manual drive rush. I do that all the time. I manual drive rush with Bison all the time. He's doing Usain Bolt to you. You got to guess. I love it.
Why are they like so bothered about, like, the best players being the best players? Like, what's wrong with that? Like, you know what I mean? Sometimes someone's just the best at something, and then that's it. You just gotta hold it. Like
It's like sports.
Their game, yeah. Like sports, the best is the best, bro. John Jones is the best. No one's lamping him in because he's the best, isn't it? Like, it is what it is, bro. Like, I don't know why they hate. Like, well, I don't know if they hate it, but it seems like they don't want the same people winning and wanna, you know what I mean, make it more entertaining by other people by causing upsets and that basically. So I do hear what you're saying on that. Phil's, you got anything else?
My next one actually goes with the one we were just talking about making drive rush button not plus on block. Yeah, bring back hit confirmable mediums. They took away hit confirmable.
People have it though. Like
most of the time it's heavies, right? Your heavies you can hit confirm for some characters, right? But instead of like crouch medium kick and crouch medium, you need to bring back hit confirmable medium buttons. In Street Fighter 5, you could hit confirm a lot of mediums, unlike what they do in this game. What that will do for Street Fighter 6 is now that button into drive rush on block isn't going to be plus, right? There's no more of this. Every time I press a button, I'm just going to commit to drive rush anymore. It's going to be like, oh, I can hit confirm. So when I get the hit, then I'll go into the drive rush and I'll know I have my, I'll actually have my conversion.
So that's going to bring... Would they need to make the cancel window later so that you can special cancel later after mediums? I hear that.
Increase the cancel window. I like that. That's going to bring back a skill gap that I think should have never left the game in the first place.
100%. I agree with that one still. What else you got, bro?
What else I got here? Oh, I think OD meter, which is the EX bar, builds too fast. It builds too fast in this game. Level 3s, I want to be a little bit more rare. Everyone gets CA too fast. You got characters doing level 2 twice within the same round. Like Rashid's doing level 2 twice same round. JP's doing level 2 twice the same round.
That's a bit crazy.
Yeah, it gets a little bit too toxic. So I think they need to decrease the meter build a little bit on the not the drive meter, on the OD meter. A bit too crazy right now.
I agree as well. I think a lot of these like level 2s are really strong. I think JP's level 2 is really strong. I think Rashid's level 2 is really strong. Yeah, there's just characters that have these just level 2s that it just kind of feels, it's not, well, JP's one not really in
it. It feels like they're cheating a bit. It's like
Blanca's one. Oh my god.
It's such an advantage. It's like, why would they even do the level 3? They might as well just pop
level 2 and then have a level 1 there.
You might as well have a free round at that point. Yeah, Blanca, like these V-trigger ones. Like, I don't agree with Giles either. It's so stupid. Like,
Giles one takes off so much drive gauge when you block the whole thing.
Yeah, bare drive gauge, man. I thought that we was gonna get away from V-triggers, but then when I saw that certain characters had like V-trigger level 2s, I thought, I don't agree with that, man. Yeah, I don't know how they would. Yeah, I don't know how they would adjust that, but I do hear what you're saying, though.
The timer, kind of an issue. Just the lesser the timer. The time, bro. Giles one lasts for long, bro, and so does Blanca.
Like in match, it feels like flipping out. He's got this for ages, man.
Brother, Blanca's just doing the ball, and then like once Blanca is done, brother, he has a level 1, so anything that hits you, it's long, bro. That's the round to Blanca.
He's not good.
Blanca's combos last mad long as well when he's in that.
Blanca's so
Blanca, nah, that character, you have to perfect parry the ball. Perfect parry. It's mad.
The next one I got is, I feel like some people might not like this one. Remove the ability to drive rush when a projectile is on the screen. Now, this one here, remove the ability to drive rush when a projectile is on the screen.
What you just said to me. So
if you're the one, go on.
If someone throws a projectile, like let's say Giles done a sonic boom, you want to remove the ability. Wait, no. I know what you mean. That cheap ass, what people doing? They throw the fireball and the drive rush behind it, and then they anti-air you in it when you jump.
That, and also I just don't want to deal with drive rush behind the fireball.
Yeah.
In general, I don't think that
it's dumb.
The only controversy with that is the fact that some characters have combos where they're doing a projectile. Like Aki will do a projectile combo from it into drive rush and stuff like that. So it could mess up some characters' combos potentially. But I don't like the fact that you're able to just throw a projectile and drive rush behind it. It's basically a free getting.
I
a lot of characters.
Agree with that 100%, 1,000%. Like, bro, the way they be throwing the fireball and then drive rush anti-air you, and it freezes the screen as well. So it's just like it's the most easiest anti-air ever.
Another thing that gets rid of is a lot of burnout checkmate situations, because they throw a fireball on the screen. If you hold the fireball, you block it, drive impact, dead. Right? Now, if they can't drive rush behind it, you can probably walk forward a bit, block the projectile, and still have room to breathe because they can't just drive rush full screen and get in. Right? So, yeah.
I agree with that 100%. I don't know if they would do something like that because it would piss a lot of people off, and it would be a lot of people's win condition would be out the window. So like,
I think if they do it, if they leave it in, if you throw a projectile and do drive rush behind, it should be the same as doing like button into drive rush 3 bars.
Yeah. Okay. I hear that.
3 bars.
I hear that still.
Yeah.
I hear that still. But yeah.
And then I also have reduced the amount of drive meter chip on block. Because at the moment, when you block in this game game doesn't want you to block. They want you to either parry or take return with a button. So, in like literally, so if you're blocking, have you ever blocked a Honda headbutt or a Blanco ball, and it's taken your entire drive gauge just for blocking?
Bro, can we talk about
way too much?
Can we talk about
January taking a whole stock per January?
Talk about
and I'm getting my drive gauge.
Bro, it's crazy. Ryu spamming heavy punch in neutral, I'm blocking it and it's just taking my drive gauge. It's too much. They need to reduce.
Yeah.
Because at the moment, the way this game is, it's like every single round someone gets put in burnout, and I don't think the game should be designed this way. It should be designed. It should be designed in a way that if you're a good player, you can limit the amount of times you get put in burnout. But the way it is right now, it's like you're gonna get put in burnout either way. Yeah. Sometimes it's not up to you. It's just how do you deal with the situation after you're in burnout.
That's literally what I was thinking. Like sometimes it feels like you've done nothing wrong and you haven't even like done a drive cancel or nothing, and you're still getting burnt out just from defending. Like you're trying to gather information on your opponent, you're defending, and then like you're just getting burnt out or close to burnout for no reason. It's just like, it just feels that feels really bad. So I agree with that.
Especially with the fact that perfect parrying, so it's supposed to parry to keep your meter and stuff, but perfect parry is not something anyone's ever going to be able to do 100% of the time, even if you try as hard as you can. There's some sort of randomness to getting perfect parry. Some people are better at it than others, but nobody can get 100% of the time. So making a game where it's that important and you can't simply just block is I think it's flawed.
Problematic. I agree with that 100%. Less drive gauge like taken for blocking. Would definitely improve the game a lot.
I also think Raw Drive Rush should have a bigger hurtbox.
Yep.
Right now, it's a bit too hard to punish people from doing Drive Rush. Like it needs to be a lot more punishable.
Like you time them, and then like for some reason like their buttons like with punishing yours kind of. You know what I mean?
Do you know the issue is that Drive Rush is so quick for a lot of characters that the timing for your check depends where they do the drive rush from. If they're like mid-screen, you have to time it a certain way. If they're like a little bit further, you have to delay yours to time it a certain way. So if they increase the hurt box, you can probably hit your button from a little bit further away, a little sooner, and it will still punish the drive rush. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
More consistency.
Yeah, that would be really good change because it will stop people from just like raw drive rushing and just like winning rounds kind of like randomly.
Yeah, and then I have just one more. I have one last one. If drive rush gets checked, it should just always be punish counter.
Yeah, a lot of people said that, to be fair. A lot of people said that. I agree with it 100%.
It should just always be punish counter if drive rush gets checked. If I check your drive rush, I should be able to condition you to not want to do it again with a punish counter punish. And those with those changes, I think the game will become a lot more stable.
They need to listen to you, bro. This is what I was saying. They need to listen because those are good choices. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Those are very good choices.
Mine off the bat, bro. Like
trust me. Nah.
Like, yeah. I'll say 1-2 of mine, and then we'll go for yours, Jay. So this is just me, bro. Yeah, this is just me. But the idea of perfect parry, to me means it should be 1 frame window. Apparently it's 2 frames right now, right?
I thought is it 1 and 3? I thought it was between 1 and 3.
I think it's like 1 to 3. I think it's 2 frame window though.
From what I've heard, from what I've researched and heard, it's 2 frame window.
Okay.
To me, if you've perfect parried someone, it should be under 1 frame. That's what I would want like, because to me it would make me appreciate the people that are perfect parrying more, and it would be a nerf to perfect parry as well. You'd see less of them, but the people that are better at it, that's what I would say.
But
Perfect parry 1 frame.
you know why they do it? Why it's 2 frames is because they want people to play this game online, so they made it a tad bit more lenient.
I think the netcode's really good, man.
Nah, you can't.
I don't think that affects offline play though. 2 frames.
They don't care, bro. They don't care. They will care about getting more players, bro. They don't care.
I think 1 frame.
I'm talking about offline play in 2025, bro. That's why they made it lenient, bro.
I think 1 frame, bro.
Nah,
that's my, because it's called perfect parry. It's not really perfect if it's on the 2nd frame to me. But
it's still hard though. I think it's still hard.
It's not easy, but like, it's too rewarding in certain situations. Like Phil said, like just parrying someone's jab, and then like now you get in full combo into level 3. Like, yeah, and I think I would also say like off a perfect parry, I'd think reduce the scaling on the level 3s from the perfect parry. So like, because now it's right now it's like the scaling's still quite high, but if you reduce that, I think it stops the reward of the perfect parry just blowing up. Like some people are perfect parrying, bro, and getting like what 30%.
Still get like 40% spending CA.
Yeah. I think that's a bit too much for what it is. So I think that would help balance perfect parry. I still think perfect parry is a necessary game because of how the game works with drive rush, and I do think it shows like a skill gap. Like everyone knows that. What's his name now? The guy that just won the $1 million.
Kakaru.
Oh, Kakaru.
Everyone knows that he's the guy at perfect parrying, and I like
ridiculous
that. Like I like that. Like there's a skill gap between you and him with perfect parrying. So it's like I like skill gaps in it. So yeah, I don't think like nerf it too much, but I would say like those would be the changes that I'd have for parry. I'd say throw loops. Yeah, I'd say what I will say about throw loops is they should go. But I feel like make everyone's throw kind of like Chun-Li's mind game around the throws. So like Chun-Li's mind game is kind of like, she can't just throw loop you. She can walk forward, but you can beat her with the jab. But she can like obviously with punish your jab or counter hit you on the jab. I feel like if you make everyone's throw like that, I feel like it would do a lot for the game, man, and the mind games would be a lot better. And maybe if you really want to, maybe the extra damage on the throw when you parry someone, maybe increase that.
Oh, punish counter throw, increase the damage.
If people think that perfect parry is going to be too strong,
it does quite a lot of damage.
That's a lot of damage.
I mean, I don't like in a way like that would just be to please people. But in a way, in my opinion, I don't think that perfect parry is a counterbalance to throw loops. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, you know how people talking about, if perfect parry, if you delete throw loops, then perfect parry is going to be too strong. I don't think that's the case, me personally. Like, I think that perfect parries, like, it can stay the way it is, or like get a tiny nerf, and the game will be fine. I think more people are just like, do you know what I mean? They kind of want to keep throw loops in the game, and they're trying to use that as a scapegoat kind of thing. So yeah, I don't think perfect parry is really the counterbalance to throw loop. So, but yeah, that's what I would say about that. I'd say definitely take them out, but make it more of like a Chun-Li's from drive game, like mind game. Sorry. So
I agree with that. Making it like Chun-Li's.
Yeah, that's what I would say. I'd say something needs to be done about raw drive rush. So what you said with the hurt box extension, I definitely think they should do that. Maybe make it cost more meter as well. I feel like the fact that you can do a raw drive rush on 1 bar, but the blocked button into drive rush is 3, I think is a bit mad, me personally, because raw drive rush does a lot for people, bro. It really does. So I don't know, make it like 1.5. I don't know, man. I think it needs more balancing around the raw drive rush, but maybe the extended hurt box would be enough. But
do you think? Because remember, my one was when you do drive rush, it should be into a button and not into any special move. Would you feel like it'll be broken? It'll still be like as bad if you knew when they do drive rush is going into a button, and it's not going to be like you're going to try and check it and then they do DJ sway back and then you die for it.
Like to me personally, I think like I think it's more annoying. Like I do think it's annoying, like knowing that obviously he's gonna drive rush into, like, let's say Cammy or whatever, gonna drive rush into button or throw, and if you try and like perfect parry that button on the drive rush because you can't do nothing else about it,
Yeah.
you get thrown and it's punish counter damage and like
The incentive is to check in it with a button.
Yeah, but like there's certain frame trap situations from the Raw's drive rush. This is what I'm saying, where you can't check it with a button, you get counter hit. Do you get what I'm saying? Like if you try and press a button and they do it, it's frame trap and it's long.
Oh, like on block.
Like no, it's like there's kind of like these weird kind of like not throw loop situation, but it's just like, okay, with Cammy for example, if she does back, if she throws you, and then she can, obviously you can roll back to not take the throw again and the mix again, but she can drive rush into button in it.
Oh yeah, I see what you're talking. Yeah, the knockdown situation.
It will frame trap your button, and then like she could rather throw you again. It's like even with my own character DJ, like if I do throw, if you don't roll back, and then I can do the dash, raw drive rush into throw again. Do you get what I'm saying? And if you roll back, you can do raw drive rush into, dash into raw drive rush into button to frame trap you if you press anything. And then obviously, if I know that they're going to perfect parry, I can just raw drive rush and then throw them. So I feel like that situation is a bit mad because it makes people like the offense is too sticky, if that makes sense. Like you get one knockdown and now you can just do these like drive rush. Do you know what I'm saying? Like this drive rush mix ups on them with that include frame traps.
I just had an idea in my head. What if oh my god. What if drive rush was on a cooldown?
As in you can't raw drive rush again within a certain
like in the next 3 seconds.
You can see on the screen like, oh, drive rush is not available until however many seconds and then it's available now.
That's actually quite cool.
I mess with that idea, but I just think it's far fetched. You know what I mean? I just don't think they would do that. I feel like they you know what I mean? They really like drive rush and they design the game around it.
Drive rush is how you get Oki as well and all of that. But so
I think just balance it. Like I do. I kind of wanted like kind of what you said as well. Like obviously, I think if you make drive rush into button, like the same frames as the button normally is, then you know what I mean. Then you're not doing drive rush into mediums, into tick throws, into. Do you know what I'm saying? Like I don't really like that, but I do think it's far fetched that they would change it. But do you know what I'm saying?
Do you know what I think they're messed up at as well is the fact that the EX moves are tied to your drive meter and not your super meter.
Yeah.
So you basically always have like level 3. You're always gonna have level 3. Combo damage is too high because supers are always available to use.
True.
I didn't get that decision. You know, when they made EX moves in the drive meter, I thought that's a bit weird. Like, why did you do that? Street Fighter's never been like that. So, yeah.
You can do drive rush, EX, drive rush, and then your super's also available.
Yeah.
It's a lot of damage.
Yeah, man. I do think we see a lot of supers. Like, we see, you know what I mean? We see a lot of supers like every round, man, and it's just like, I feel like it's that easy to.
That's the game, though, isn't it? They just want to see flashy cinematics. That's it, bro. Like Tekken is the same way, bro. They both fall hand in hand, bro. The heat, then do the heat dash. I mean, the heat smash, and it's got this like cinematic. Then you got Rager, that's got this cinematic. Like this is the era we're in. We're in the era of cinematics. Like so, they just want people to do a level 1, level 2. Even like when Rashid does his level 1 and he kicks you, zooms in on him if he hits you. Like this is.
I think it's a lot worse in Tekken than it is in Street Fighter, but yeah.
No, you're right, because there's all of this sparkles.
Tekken was never that. Tekken didn't even have like these cinematics until like what
Tekken 7. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I don't know. Drive rush into button. I'll be up for that being the same frames as it normally is. You know what I mean? But on hit, maybe it gets to keep the frame advantage that you get with the drive rush. But on block, I don't know. But it would completely these changes that we're talking about, Phils, would completely turn the game on its head.
It would.
So I don't know whether they're ready to do stuff like that. But I'd like the game to go more in that direction. But I think the more realistic thing would be like, the hurt box on the drive rush. I think that that should be a thing. That's kind of like a no-brainer. Like, why not do? So yeah, obviously the drive gauge draining for blocking. You've mentioned that. So me personally, you high level guy, you lot don't care about DI. You lot don't care, but I don't like.
No,
DI.
I do. Nah,
I don't
do.
like DI, bro.
DI is it's another layer to. It's another layer to
open up your opponent.
Yeah. This game already has too many things to react to. Adding DI to that is too. It's like it didn't need to be a thing.
I'll keep it real, like, bro. Just react, rare. But as you said, there's too many things to react to. But I've seen high level. I've seen Punk in the corner, boom, DI. You get me into whatever, and it works, bro. It works on people. I'm not saying it works all the time against it, but it works and it's cheap,
Yeah.
I'd say,
the fact,
yeah.
I was gonna say the fact that it leads into stun as well. We went from like Street Fighter 4, no stun bar. You just have to know the game to know when you're about to get stunned. To 5, there's a stun bar, so your decision making depends on how much stun bar your opponent has, what combo you go for, or whatever. So now, guaranteed stun because you're burnt out. Guaranteed stun you can't do anything about, and you can't mash out a stun in this game as well. You're just there.
Nah, you're just done. So I feel like DI, not only is it like it makes the game more of like a reaction test and a skill test, but like I feel like it just makes the neutral so random sometimes. Like, because someone will just lick it off, bro, and then like, do you know what I mean though? Like, unless you've done a special cancelable button, it's a full punish counter into whatever they're doing. I just think it makes it so random. And the thing is, one thing I hate about DI as well is that people's DIs are different colors. So like JP, for example, this, I don't know if this catches you lot off guard. I don't know, but with me, like, I think JP's is like yellow, right? For whatever reason. But he's got the command grab, the projectile command grab that's yellow. So like, you know what I mean? It messes with It messes with my head, bro. Like, his DI is yellow, but also the command grab's yellow. So, like, do you know what I mean? Sometimes you might try and DI back, but you get command grabbed. Do you know what I'm saying? I personally think DI is just a whack. I just think the game would be so much better without it. But I think like they should do something about it, man. I think they should nerf it. Like how many ticks does it take? What, 2?
Takes
maybe take 1.
Takes 1. Yeah, it takes out 1, right?
Can they not absorb 2 and then on the third?
2 hits. I thought you meant how much meter it takes away.
No. I'm on about the hits. 2 hits. Yeah, so I'd maybe say make it only absorb 1.
Maybe. No, I actually agree with that because then you'll be DIing specific things. Like you think he's gonna do a heavy, and then you're, okay, I'm gonna DI because I think he's gonna do a heavy.
Yeah. Like, I just kind of think like this will be a bit drastic, but like, you know, if you do a normal on a DI that's not special cancelable, I feel like there should be like, if you react, there should be some sort of counterplay to the DI. If you've done that, I don't think it's not fair. You doing a non-special normal, he's done a random DI, and there's nothing you can do about it unless it's special. I just feel like that's weird. So it kind of skews the game towards characters that have really good special cancelable normals. So I feel like something should be done about that. I don't know, like, and like, I think that towards the wall, the DI, and it giving them the full wall splat into combo, I think like that's a bit harsh, man. Does it have to do that? Could it not just give some frame advantage or something? Because okay, I know that high level players can react to it. It's not that bad for you lot, but there's a whole pool of players that aren't on you lot's levels of reactions, spent that much time playing the game, that DI is going to be pretty much free on, bro. And they're going to be taking wall splats. Can we not think about the like other players? Like, you know what I mean? It's not all about the.
It's true. It's actually true.
Yeah. Like, can we not just think like, why should the game be balanced around? So and so can react to it every time or whatever. Like, I don't know, man. I just think it's a bit too punishing for what it is.
I disagree with just making the game too reactionary based in general, because I don't think reactions is really skill.
No,
You know what I mean? It's not like, oh, there's no learning curve there. Can you react or can you not? And everybody has a different levels of how many things they can handle at one time.
You don't think reaction's skill?
No, like reactions is something that you can
I don't
build
think
up.
so, no.
It's not necessarily skill in this kind of way. So like someone could have had an energy drink and you didn't. Or like, bro, and no, this is a real thing. There's certain substances that people can take that boost your reactions. So I really doubt that in tournament these lot are drug testing these guys in tournaments. But I seriously, they're not doing that, bro. So bro, this is real stuff. Like, this is real stuff. There's certain things that you can take that boost your reactions, bro. So that will give you an edge in tournament and in competitive play, especially in a game like this where it's like it's so reactionary based jumps and.
This guy's so funny, bro. He's so
funny. I'm not chatting waffle. Like, it's actually true, bro. There's things that you can take that boost your reaction.
No, you're right. But bro, in a tournament play, bro. So wait. So you don't think, cool? If I'm pretty good at reacting, yeah, in fighting games across the board. You think, right? What, another guy that's on some substance could be better than me because he's on the substance. He's more alert.
Yeah.
In terms of reacting,
yeah.
To what? Yeah. In terms of reacting, yeah.
Oh snap! All right,
I think you can get better at recognizing the situations where you might need to react before it happens.
Okay.
But in terms of just on the spot react, I think some people have it better than others.
So, yeah, some people have it better than others, 100%. And like, obviously, this is when age comes into play, bro. We all know, like, old people on the road and that. You got what I'm saying? The driving's a bit shaky over there. You get what I'm saying? Ain't reacting. So like, age comes into factors. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, yeah, man. Like,
I'm not gonna lie. Like, the people coming from going from Street Fighter 5 to Street Fighter 6, yeah. The people that I'm seeing that have really, really good reactions for DIs, perfect parries, is the same people that had really good reactions in 5 for other things. You know, I think some people got it and some people don't.
Nah, some people got it better than others, yeah. But I feel like the game should be more about neutral more than the straight up, am I a better person at reacting than you? Do you know what I'm saying, though? Because I feel like that kind of skews it as well too much in favor of the person that plays the game more.
Sorry.
So like the guy that puts, you know, the kind of like no life guy. He ain't got no girlfriend. He ain't got no ambition in life. My man's waking up, rolling out of bed, and he's playing Street Fighter 6. You know what I'm saying? My Donny's now got the advantage on you, yeah, because he just plays the game more, so he's just used to, as like you said, like being you know, he's used to being put in the situations where he has to react, and he's just more used to looking at all the animations and getting used to it. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, like, I think it skews it too much into his favor just for putting so much time into the game that he can now react, even though he might not really be that good at neutral or whatever, but he now can just react to like more things. I don't know, man. I don't really agree with it too much. In terms of game, like people that come from other games as well to Street Fighter 6, they've said like, you know, it feels like a reaction test in it, and I feel like it takes away from the game where people think that, well, people feel like it's more of a reaction test than who's a better player test.
Nah,
so,
I hear it still.
Yeah. Here's one other thing I'll say as well. Modern. Yeah, let's chat about modern. So to me, yeah, these man full on said to my face. They said to man's face, said, we want modern to allow like the newer players to be able to access the game. All right, safe. That's what they said. That's what they said. That's what modern's meant to be for. Yeah. Okay, then cool. So what I'm saying is now, if that's what it's for, you shouldn't be able to use modern above platinum. I don't care, because what's going on now, yeah, is people are using modern and they're abusing it at master rank. they're not bad. They're good enough to get to master rank, but they're abusing the modern. Now you can just got one button supers and they're good at the game. They know how to play the game, but now they're abusing it. Why is the top ranked people sometimes modern players, modern blankers, the top ranked guy? Do you understand? Like modern's an issue, bro, and people are abusing it. And if you want to take out the fact that people can abuse this, just make it so like, yo, they can't use it above a certain. You know what I mean? If you want to be an entry thing, make it an entry thing. That's what I think. I don't think people should be abusing modern when you're at the skill level to reach master rank. Do you get what I'm saying? Carry on, Phil.
Yeah, people enter tournaments in modern as well. It's a thing.
I don't think it's illegal.
Some characters are viable in modern.
Yes.
I actually think this whole game, I think modern controls might be the only time the devs actually thought about like the legacy players and stuff like that. I think this entire game, I think we got lucky. I think the way this game is built with the whole system, it could have very well been modern only, no classic. Because think about the way this game is played, yeah? Like, drive rush and all of these reactionary things, checkmate situations with burnout where if you don't do super, you die, and a lot of these things, modern just solves. It's almost as if the game is just supposed to be played on modern, but we all just play classic because that's what we know.
Yeah.
You know, all these reactionary things, anti-airs, everything. Modern literally solves all of these things.
But the reason why they know they can't do that is because, bro, moves are balanced around the input in Street Fighter, bro. Like, they literally design moves around having complex motions or having charge or whatever. The reason why supers are double motion is because they know supers are very powerful. So that's why you have to do the double motion before you get it. This is why I don't agree in Tekken that you can just do a rage art with one button. But anyway, back to Street Fighter. Moves are balanced around the button motion. So everyone's been there, bro. You're playing a guy on modern. All of a sudden now, you are not allowed to jump. You're not allowed to DI. You're not allowed to do these things because he's pressing one button. Even for whiff punishment, these guys are pressing one button and just smirking you with a super or an anti-air or something, and they're literally abusing it. And like, yeah, man, I don't agree with it, man. Like, because it's one of the way the game's balanced is now taken away purely because of modern. I think it should be an entry thing. I don't think it should be abusable at competitive play. So that'll be in tournament or master rank. I don't think so. I don't agree with it. That's me, innit? Because like, why do you platinum, whatever, cool, like the lower ranks, cool, like they might have to deal with it, innit, because they're at lower rank, whatever. But as soon as you get to a certain rank, I feel like the game, you know what I mean, they should be able to accept that, okay, they've got to this skill level, so now you got to do your real input.
I think once you get to like master, like as soon as it becomes like a MR system,
yeah, I hear it. That's what I think. That's what I think personally. And yeah, I would personally ban it in tournament.
What, modern?
Yeah, I don't think it's a balanced thing, bro. Like, I don't think it's.
There's a trade-off though. Like, you know, you lose out on certain moves for some characters and stuff like that. But
I know, but like, then at the same time, you lose out on certain moves or whatever. But what you gain off it. You gain a lot.
You don't get max damage conversions anymore and stuff like that, but you do gain all the reactionary based stuff.
Why are max rank guys like modern players though? Like, do you know what I mean? Or max point? Do you know what I mean? Like, bro, modern, like, bro, there's people that really be abusing modern. Like, I know there's drawbacks to it. Don't get me wrong. There is drawbacks to it, but it just changes the game so much. You know what I mean? Like, it changes the game a lot, bro. When you're playing someone on modern, you know you can't do certain things now because they can just press one button and do this. I think it's stupid, man. Like, I don't agree with it at all. Like, that's me personally. I don't know what other people. Maybe, you know what I mean? Like, do you think that it should be a competitive thing? Like,
nah, I definitely don't think it should be a competitive thing. I don't like it either. I don't mind it being in the game. I don't think it should be a competitive thing.
It's unnecessary. This is what I'm saying. It's unnecessary. That's even in the game in the first place. Street Fighter, across all these Street Fighters, Street Fighter is one of the most successful fighting games ever. Do you know what I mean? And it's still gonna be. Do you know what I mean? People are playing for $1 million, whatever. Like, I don't think modern is a necessary thing that it needs to be in the game. So I'm thinking if it's gonna be in the game, it should be. You know what I mean? There should be a compromise. It should be like lower level players or get to use it, and then that's what I think personally. So yeah, those are my changes. Jay, what you got for us, man?
I ain't got no changes, bro. I just play whatever's in front of me, bro. That's it. I can't really say, you know, I've got to this stage in my life that I've played fighting games for a very, 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 very long time. And I sit here and I'm like, yeah, I want these changes. I want these changes. And people say that I'm crying. So now I've got to the stage where I'm just like, whatever you lot will present in front of me, if there's a broken character, I'm going to choose him, aka Bison. You know, I'm not going to sit here and sugarcoat anything anymore. Because when I play Marissa, they're like, oh, just learn the matchup. When I play Bison, oh, you're playing a cheap character. So I don't win either way, right? It's just, it is what it is. Whatever the system they throw at me, I'll be like, okay, who is top 5? Maybe I won't go for number 1. I'll go for number 4. So there ain't not much complaint. You know what I'm saying? Then that way I can get away with it. If I pick number 1, yeah, I'm going to be in trouble. So I'll just pick number 4 or 5. So I can just edge out of the tier list. You know what I'm saying?
You're a tier whore, man. But
I am.
There's got to be something in the system where you're like, bro, this game would be better.
Throw loops.
Like this.
Throw loops is the main thing. Like, but I just... I honestly feel like with the throw loops, we're in 2 years of Street Fighter 6, bro.
He's in.
Yeah.
Why did they put it back in though? Because they took it out in 5. 5 had throw loops. They took it out
in 5, yeah.
Back in. Why? They can take it out again. They can do it.
Of course.
But,
all they did in 5 was when you get the throw, it just adds a bit of
pushback. Yeah.
Where he was. That's it.
Even the tech, even if you tech late, if you tech late somehow, I can't remember if you tech early. Then it pushes back in
the characters just separate each other.
Yeah, But I don't know what they did in this. That they just added it back in.
I think across the board, we all agree that throw loop should be gone. Yeah, like across the board. I think that is the number 1 change that would literally make this game so much more fun to play. Like that would be a huge change. Even if they don't do the other stuff that me and Phil said, I think throw loops. If they change that, the game would be very fun, bro, and we'll go from $1 million in the tournament to 2 million. Like people love this game a lot more. I really do think it, man.
They don't care about balancing. That's the only problem. I realize fighting game developers, but they don't care about. They used to care about balancing. Like we're talking about Street Fighter 4, maybe Street Fighter 5. Like, but I feel like Street Fighter 5 and Tekken Tag 2/Tekken 7. No, Tekken 7. Sorry. That's the end of like decent balancing. I feel like now they just want a game that's just wacky. That's
Season 2 though, man. Season 2, they did a good job on Season 2 Tekken, man. They really did. They nerfed a lot of stuff. Even my own character Jack, they nerfed him down. They nerfed a lot of characters down, bro. And that was such a good competitive fighting game, like Season 2. I want to go back and watch them.
Bro, I'm telling you,
that game was really good. That was probably the last patch where of modern fighting games where I'm like, yeah, remember they nerfed a lot of stuff and it was way more fun to play.
But I've always believed in nerfing stuff over buffing. I don't believe in buffing at all. I think.
Bro, let's talk about the nerf versus. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that because I'm annoyed, man. I'm annoyed because these are buffs over. No, bro, because I don't think man can find me evidence of a fighting game doing a lot better once if it buffed everyone. Like this game was here and then they buffed everyone and now the game did so much better purely off character balancing. I don't think there's a lot of evidence to support that claim. But what I can tell you is in Tekken, there's been at least 3 games where they nerfed everything and everyone loved that version more than the previous version. So we're talking Tekken 5 to DR. We're talking Tekken 6.0 to BR, and then we're talking I think they even did it in Tag as well, but I'm not going to talk too much on Tag because I can't remember every balance change. But Tekken 7, the original to
season 2, yeah,
3 games, and this is like people say Street Fighter, Tekken, Mortal Kombat are the top 3 of fighting games, are the big 3, and this game Tekken, 3 different games in a row, potentially 4. They did nerfs over buffs, the second version, and everyone preferred that version. So, what do you lot recommend? Buffs, nerfs, same?
I think when you buff everything is how you get like a Tekken 8 Season 2 situation.
Thank you.
When you buff everything, that's when that happens. Whether it's the top tiers, low tiers, mid tiers, when everything just gets significantly buffed, that's when Tekken 8 Season 2 happens.
what about, you know, like even season 3, like they didn't go too ham with the buffs on Tekken 7 season 3, but they did. It was mostly a buff patch. Let's keep it real.
They added new moves.
The buffs that they made weren't that crazy, but everyone preferred season 2 over season 3.
Everyone.
So
did.
like you know what I mean? Even when they buffed people gradually a little bit, it still wasn't as good as the last version. So like,
I think people need to understand. The devs need to understand. People like fighting games when they get satisfaction from winning.
Yeah,
that's what it is. And you get satisfaction from winning when you overcome weaknesses.
Yeah.
When there's not many weaknesses to overcome anymore, things come too easy. And it's, you're not satisfied. Like when I play Street Fighter, for example, even Tekken nowadays, like Tekken, yeah, I know a lot of the players now. When I come across people, if I beat certain players that I know I shouldn't be beating realistically, it's like there's no satisfaction in it. Because I didn't really work for it. I just did something they'll probably do to me back when we hop on ranked again. Like literally, is when weaknesses get covered, it's not good for the player, and it's just not good for the game.
What I will say is that I think one of the most satisfying things in fighting game as well is utilizing counterplay to things that, do you know what I mean, that are really good, but this counterplay to it is you know what I mean, is quite good as well. So when you fight against this person or this character, you utilize his counterplay, and then he has to do this kind of counterplay, if that makes sense. He counters your counterplay, so like it expands the mind game, and I think that's very satisfying. Like, do you know what I mean? Like a prime example maybe is like a Leo back 1-4 situation before, where people would step it and there was counterplay. Do you know what I mean? That you know, you reacted to the back one, you stepped it. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? And then like with the nerfs as well, normally nerfs add more counterplay. So let's say like, you know, a certain character's one of their main moves, like electric, for example, if they took away the fact that it tracked to the left, do you know what I mean? There'll be more counterplay to that then, so it would feel really good stepping an electric, right? Or if they just reduce the tracking on it in general, so there'd be more counterplay now.
And it'll feel better landing it as well, because you know they could have stepped, but you did it at the right time.
Exactly, and that would be the counterplay. That would be him adjusting his timing, you know, to catch you stepping.
The issue nowadays is that with these fighting games, they're making it so counterplay just becomes a mechanic. Press this mechanic and it will counter it. Instead of actually making up the counterplay yourself, it's now this mechanic just counters it for you.
Yeah, and that's not fun. That's not as fun as actually, you know, in-game raw counterplay to something to make more of a time and game. Like that's one thing as well. Like I think that they've kind of thrown like the time in mind games out the window a lot, where it's like now it's kind of like, do you know what I'm saying? 50-50, you gotta guess.
Or go in heat and then do electrics without perfect. Yeah.
There's no timing involved. If there was like more counterplay with these moves, like there'd be more, you know what I mean? Like they'd have to use their timing better. You know what I mean? Even if it's delaying things or whatnot, the time in mind games are getting.
Yeah, everything's too committal now. It's like just commit. You want to go for something, commit, no delays, not just go for it. It's a 50-50 anyways, and just live and die by the decision.
Yeah. I think people appreciate when someone's got really good timing, and like that getting thrown out the window, that player expression, like Pete, you can't really express yourself as much in terms of timing anymore. So yeah, man, that's not really good. But let's go to the next section. Let's chat about Mai. God, this character, bro.
Hey man, give me like just give me 2 minutes. 1 second.
Do your thing.
Mai.
When Jay gets back. Yeah, but Mai, man. Let's chat about Mai.
Characters, everyone's talking about Mai right now. It's kind of crazy.
Bro, I remember when this character came out, and the downplay. No, wait there. I remember before Mai came out, I was seeing downplay videos, bro, from the trailer.
Of Mai.
Yeah, bro. I remember the man saying, I can see problems with Mai already. She can throw the fireball, and you can hit the fireball out the air. So this looks like a problem for Mai already. And bro, man were downplaying Mai before out, bro. Like no cap. But when she came out, man them were downplaying Mai, bro. Man them were saying, oh.
No one's even really hitting the fan either. Like it's not as easy to just hit. That's the thing. The hitbox on it is not all that.
Yeah. No what?
You try to hit it, and you get hit by it.
Yeah, exactly, bro. People was really downplaying. You know, like one of the main points I remember, like the main talking points, they were talking about these two things, with Mai. So they were saying that her uppercut hitbox is bad, and they were saying that her conversions into level 1 are bad. So this is like a weakness of the character.
Bro, that's that. People try to find any weakness at all to cry about, you know. You couldn't find anything, so you dug so deep to say conversions off of level 1, bro. Bro, when she does level 1, she gets 5 stocks.
Thank you.
Fan. You know how crazy that is?
If she gets a boss character, like, what are you talking about? So what? You're saying this is the... What should they just make it mad easy to confirm into level 1, and now she's just doing red fans all over the place? Get out of here, man. That's downplay, bro. Like,
they don't even use any other supers as well, unless they're trying to like go through projectiles with level 2 or whatever. They're just doing level 1 and get bare stocks, and that's
the thing is, bro, there's still really good. There's consistent conversions into level 1. Like
any hit you get into drive rush, you can go into level 1. I don't know what
you can go into level 1. Like but like sometimes you might just have to go into a button, and then raw cancel into the level. You can do it. They just want it so you can do the EX whatever it is into like level 1 on the float, so they
off
get
of lights and
damage.
stuff.
So you know what I mean? So they get the extra damage and they get the level 1 on top of it. It's like, bro, what do you want this character to be like? You literally want her to be a literal boss character. Like, what are you talking about?
Bro, sorry, man, then, bro. It was my daughter, bro. She was just belling off my phone, bro, on the FaceTime, bro. And I was like, bro, what's happening? Like, she was just like, oh, I miss you. So, yeah, sorry about that. Now, let's get into this Mai conversation, bro, because, bro, all it is, we got this Lucozade bottle. Look, you block, boom, on your head. What is that, bro? Even if you perfect parry it.
Let's chat about it. So, like, obviously, we was talking about the two weaknesses that they're saying. They're saying her uppercut hitbox is bad, and they literally going into you know how they've got the thing that shows the hitboxes like on the move.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got the thing, and they show, the hitbox isn't that big as like Ken's or whatever. And it's, I'm yet to see that uppercut.
I'm yet to see
it. You know what I mean? It works, bro. The move works. Stop downplaying,
bro. And she comes down quick as well, boy.
Yeah, bro. And then like obviously they were saying the conversions into level 1. They're saying like that's a weakness, but she has good conversions into level 1.
But don't she get a boost up as well from her level? That's the
she gets 5 stocks.
Like,
5 stocks,
bro.
It's
like they're complaining about that. It's like, bro, you literally want this character to be a boss character. Like, what's wrong?
They're talking about the hitbox of her DP, yeah, bro. Her DP moves her forward as well. So certain characters that like try to bait DPs by like jumping and doing a split, like Kimberly's jump elbow to try and bait anti-airs. Bison, Devil's reverse, he drops down, bro, it moves forward, so it'll be anti-airs things they shouldn't be anti-airing. And
that's what they were saying as well. They were saying that it moves forward, so it's hard. It's kind of awkward to anti-air with it because it moves forward.
Yeah. Bro, she has air to airs. She can cross-cut DP. Like, what are they on about?
Bro, let's talk about her. So she's got like the kind of like dive kick move, right? And like, okay, in DJ versus Mai, I play DJ. I do up kicks, reaction to a jump. She does the dive kick thing, and it makes the up kicks whiff, bro. And she gets so like you just can just jump, and because you think I'm gonna anti-air, you can do that. That's mad. Yeah.
Bro, more 50-50s on the jump. You can't just commit to anti-air, and when you see it, you have to second guess yourself.
Yeah, like what's going on? I hate that about Street Fighter. You know, I hate any character that could do it. It's the most no skill silly thing. But yeah, so she's got that. Let's talk, bro. Her buttons. Stand heavy kick is so
stupid. Oh my lord, bro.
That, bro.
No one can.
It reminds me of Akira. Akira had like the same thing in Street Fighter 5.
Yep.
Similar to that move.
Yep.
Fair enough. Yeah. Like, okay, she's got the one stupid button. Okay. What about the heavy punch? The heavy punch goes mad fast. Uses the fan.
In the fans.
Special cancelable. Why? Like from that rate, you know what I mean? Like what is going on here, bro? You can from that far, if you be like, special cancel, like, or she can charge the fan into the, like, and you're at that awkward distance, or she could just do the fan straight away. So that button's ridiculous, and it's a mid, it's not high. Stand medium punch again. She's using a fan for the extra range. She can hit confirm it. Do you know what I'm saying? Drive rush off it. So she's got the long range media. Like, not because like most characters, they have kind of like a shorter range.
Short range, yeah.
A longer range medium, but she's got both. She's got the low forward drive rush, and she's got the long range medium, and they're both special cancelable.
Don't you have the target combo as well, where she can kind of go off, bounce off of you, and then come down?
Yeah, she's got.
Yeah.
I don't really know.
And then she jumps off and
then comes back to you.
I don't know how that move works really. I just thought it was a bit annoying. But
bro,
yeah, she's got like meterless. She's got like meterless meaties that also have good wall carry.
Yep.
You know, like that move into the elbow.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's quite silly as well, because it's just like you get a meaty, like just an easy meaty, and you get in the corner carry. So I think that's cheap as well. And then like, bro, so okay, normals, okay, cool. Normals are crazy. People are downplaying the normals.
The crouching medium kick. The crouching medium kick is mad.
Low forward. Yeah, low
it goes
forward.
mad far, and it doesn't look like it has range, but it does.
Do you know what that feels? Let me ask you something. You know that double low kick thing that she's got, yeah?
Yeah.
Is that actually a low?
I believe so. It's safe as well.
Why?
Safe. Is it safe? Is it safe? I think it's like -1 or -3 or something, maybe. And then burnout, she has like burnout sequences where you just can't get out of it.
And drive rush is plus.
Yeah.
Like, imagine, you know what I mean? You got a plus and like sweet. It doesn't make
crazy.
No
I think the fan needs to be, when she does EX fan, the 2 hits need to just gel. Like, don't give me a gap in between where you're gonna do crouch light kick and just get comboed by the whole thing, or you throw me because I thought I was waiting for the other one, or you shimmy so I tech and you walk back and the fan drops on my head and I'm getting There's too much going on. You already have a normal throw loop. She's got one of the best throw loops in the game outside of using the fan, just regular throw loops. Like, why is there also?
I think the EX fan shouldn't blow through fireballs like the regular fan. I think it's too dumb. I actually do, like, because, like, bro, mine's just standing there, round start, EX fan.
Yeah.
EX fan, round start.
I also think her level one shouldn't build 5 stocks. I think 5 is too much.
Way too much. Level one.
Make it like 3. Like
3 or 2
is too much, man.
Yeah,
bro. I don't know. The fact that you can I think if you perfect parry the fireball as well, it should
like, disappear, just vanish, bro. Like,
why am I perfect parrying it and it's still bouncing off my head, bro? You know how cheap that is,
bro? It's bad. Like, you perfect parry it and it still bounce. You have to perfect parry it, jumping on your head. Plus, you got to see what mine's doing. What?
I could see it straight away. You know, when the character like first kind of came out, first couple weeks, I was like, yeah, like, you know what I mean? I could see that. When people get more time with this character, I ain't gonna be able to do nothing, because people was like, you know what I mean, they're rusty with the character. Now I run into Mai, bro.
You don't know what's going on,
slapped, bro. I swear down, I keep it 100. Yeah, I'm getting slapped because I don't understand what I'm supposed to actually do. Like, you know what I mean? Like, EX Fireball. If I do DJ double Fireball, yeah, and she does EX Fireball, it'll blow through both of them and I hold the mix.
Yeah,
you just gotta hold it.
It's even worse on tall characters, because when the fan goes up here, they barely have no time to move because they're tall characters. So it's like it's even worse, bro.
So that even affects them.
Yeah, it's
so
crazy.
silly, man. They need to do something about the EX fan, bro. I think you should be able to knock it out as well. I don't know, man. Like, it's just, how would you balance it? Because it's meant to be better on the EX, innit? But I don't know, man. If you do an EX Fireball and she does the EX Fireball, what's the situation there? Like, do you know what I mean? Does it just cancel out?
If she does EX Fireball,
I swear I've seen it go through.
Yeah, it's gone through before. It doesn't beat your projectiles.
Yeah.
Like, even with JP, if I do EX Fireball, mine can beat it. So on the reaction, mid-screen, I could react to it if I'm ready.
Mai can beat your EX Fireball.
No, JP can beat hers. Like, characters can do EX Fireball to beat her fans out.
Oh, so that's a counterplay to it. Like
well, I think it's a range thing, because I've seen it trade and just trade. But I've also seen it clearly beat the fan at the same time.
Yeah,
that's a situation that happens a lot when I'm on JB. It's like sometimes it just beats it out, sometimes it doesn't. So I think it's a range dependent thing.
Yeah, I don't know if they're gonna make it gel, because I think it's kind of one of them situations where
the thing is, if they don't make it gel, it's like, what are you using EX fan for?
3 mix-ups. The win.
3 mix-ups, innit? But if they make it gel, then it's like, where's the use for it now?
This is what I mean. I feel like.
But then I don't know what it does.
I think it's a bit of a play to win thing, like a pay to win thing, because like Rashid level 2. Like I feel like they're giving these DLC characters. I think we got lucky with Terry. Like Terry's not that crazy from what I've seen.
I have a question about Terry. Do you guys think, marketing wise, Terry I think was the right pick. He's the poster boy, yeah. Do you guys think he's like a cool character to have in Street Fighter 5 out of the KOF characters?
Yeah.
I feel like there could have been a lot more, like a lot cooler characters than Terry. I understand. Terry, I think, is a little too bland.
Terry's the poster boy from Capcom vs. SNK.
It's like Ken from another game. That's how I see it.
I don't really mess with Terry. I don't really mess with like KOF characters.
I don't like Terry.
Serious.
Could have been Joe. Could have been Kim.
Joe's not popular. Kim's not popular.
What about is it Rugal?
Rugal. Oh yeah, no, he's a boss character. Oh, Rugal would.
Nah, I don't want to give you ideas.
Don't
imagine.
Rugal is cheap, bro.
Yeah.
Imagine. Who's it? Ash.
Ash is the king of fight. No,
the thing is, like,
Athena.
I'll keep it 100.
Maybe.
Like,
maybe.
I think every time, I think there's a downside to like guest characters, because I think every time, because remember, like a season only has like 4 characters for the most part. Cool. I think every time you add a character from another game in there, you rob everyone that wanted to see their character come back of that opportunity in a way. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like the legacy characters, like you've robbed, like Terry and Mai have now robbed slots from the Dudley players, from the Sagat players, from do you know what I'm saying? The Yun and Yang, whoever, it could be Rufus. Do you know what I mean? And I think kind of like them lot should have more priority over. You know what I mean? I think if you want to add guest characters, I think the guest characters should come in like in season 4. Do you know what I mean? Like that's when they should come in. I don't think the guest characters should be coming in so early. Like, you know what I mean? I think it should be more the legacy characters should have priority. That's just my opinion. But at the end of the day, it's a business, and maybe they just boost the sales so much, so that's why. Do you know what I mean?
No, I hear it still. I hear it. I think, I think Terry's like basically the poster boy for King of Fighters, especially like Fatal 3. Obviously, you got Kyo, who's like a main character for King of Fighters, you know. But Kyo's not popular. Like they've tried Kyo before and plenty of the King of Fighters, and then they've kind of moved him away. Then you've had K-Dash, then you've had Ash, now you've had Shunei. Shunei's not a good poster boy.
You know, a lot of people were saying when we knew there was going to be a crossover character, a lot of people were thinking Iori, and I think that would have been cool.
Iori would have been sick, but it's not for
I think Iori would have been sick.
Iori
ends the game.
Yuri would have been sick, but it's not. This is not for the fighting game players. This is for everyone overall. And Terry overall, people know for SNK. So it's kind of like when you see Terry, look, Fatal 3, City of the Wolves. He's in that now. Then he's in he's in Street Fighter. Like he's just all around. Like even Capcom vs SNK, all these games, he's always around. He's that character.
Smash as well.
He's in Smash.
They put in these characters that are basically like popular, right? Like they're worldwide, like popular names. Even though other character might be cooler, but if they're not as recognized, they're less you know what I mean? They're less likely to be put in.
Well received. That's what I'm saying. Obviously, Mai's well received because of, we know why Mai's well received. Yeah. We got certain, people that are feasting their eyes on certain parts of that. You know what I'm saying? So that's why Mai's popular in the game. But like, if we look at it overall, there's a bunch of way cooler characters, if you ask me. I just don't think they will be received well as a DLC. They'll be like, oh, so why is this character not? Why Terry's perfect, and so is Mai.
Do you think that was actually like? Do you actually think that was the selling point of Mai? Like,
brother,
I
seen a slow motion video. So basically, someone was lagging. Yeah, I seen this video on Twitter. Someone was lagging, and Mai done her level 3. And obviously her bum and her chest was jingled when it done the lag switch thing. And they were laughing. And I was thinking, do people really do these type of things for that? And I'm like, bro, it's on the internet. Like, bro, this is what people do. So I'm like,
So they're actually playing into that community.
Nah, I think it's 100%. Even when you look at like what they done to Jury in this game and all
And the
that,
feet and that, and she's looking at her
100%.
feet and that, bro. And bro, everyone's
100%.
man,
Oh yeah,
bro,
yeah.
think
You
of
know, they're not even
100%.
hiding it. They're really. You know what it is though? That community spends bread on the costume.
brother. You think I'm joking? That, bro, this is what I'm saying.
In a way, they're kind of looking at it as like, yo, we would be stupid not
to do it.
Not to do it because you guys spend the money. You know what I mean? Us guys that like, you know, we like Sagat and that, like, you know,
we're not spending no bread. We're not spending no bread.
No bread on no Chun-Li costumes and rare. You know what I'm saying? But these lot will, and even if they don't pay Chun-Li, they're probably spending it on the costume.
But did you not see the outfit that she's got on, the little onesie and that? And she just got a bit. She got like this onesie outfit, bro.
The pajama
thing. You've seen it, bro.
Yeah.
Is that the jury one?
The onesie thing, bro. Bro, that's for that audience, bro. And again, like when you try to select her and that, bro, what's she looking at? Her feet, bro. The people that have foot fetish, they love that, bro. And even look at the level 3 where she has you by the feet and then she kicks you off with her feet, bro. Foot fetish.
Yeah.
Like, bro, I'm not lying to you, man, them, bro.
I can't know, innit? But like, yeah,
brother.
Really...
Where do you see in any of the games where she's picking up a character with her foot and she's just shrugging it off with the foot and it does damage? People, they get excited, bro. You know what I'm saying, bro?
It's so dumb.
It's dumb, bro.
It don't even look like it. Yo, that's mad, bro. But yeah, I suppose. You know what I mean? But I do think, like, you know, us kind of guys, we'd probably spend more money on the game if there was just more stuff for us in the game, like, you know,
costumes
and like characters like Sagat and Red. You know what I'm saying though, like, or whatever. Do you know what I mean? And the other characters that people like. I think, yeah, man, if they put more stuff for us or like the other people that ain't like that, they'd make a lot of money as well. So
game's lacking a lot of content, man. No stages, costumes.
Man, it's lacking still. But maybe they step it up in season 3, man. We don't know, but it feels like they're moving very slow at the Capcom office right now, man.
I have a question though, a little bit off topic, but do you guys reckon the Capcom Cup is gonna stay 1 mil or 2?
Oh, no. That's down,
innit?
It's gonna have to go down, bro. Bro, they're not making money. That's why they're silent, bro.
If it goes down and the state of the game doesn't change at the same time, it could start looking dark. Brother. I think the incentive for a lot of people to carry on playing the game that are competing is because they know they have a shot at that. So if it goes down and the game remains how it is, people are going to be like, is it worth it now?
You don't think they're making bread though?
Brother.
Like, because this is the most...
Making bread where?
Every other Capcom game is doing well. New Resident Evil coming out every month. You got Monster Hunter doing this thing. Capcom seem to be doing all right outside of just Street Fighter.
Brother, but there's different divisions though.
Yeah, like, obviously as a fighting game like Street Fighter, like obviously, you know, apparently so the Evo Japan and Street Fighter had like what 6,500 odd, and Tekken was like less than.
Those numbers were crazy by the way.
Tekken was like less than 1,000, but Street Fighter's on 6,000. Like, imagine that. Imagine the amount of people there for Street Fighter, like looking at them. And then, like, the amount of people there for Tekken, like, Street Fighter's, like, it's big, bro.
But Street Fighter's way bigger than Tekken
It's
in
got to
Japan.
be making bread, bro. And it's like, bro, the viewership as well on Twitch is always, for me, when I look on Twitch, is, like, consistently 10K more than Tekken. Consistently. And, like, this was even while, like, things were going on Tekken as well. Like, you know, big players were, you know, on streams and stuff like that. And even then, it was Street Fighter was like 10K more viewers. So, like, do you really think that they're not making enough bread to do the million thing? Because apparently it's really big in Street Fighter in Japan right now.
Brother, $1 million is a lot of money, bro.
It's 2 million as well. It's like 1 million for the winner, and the other $1 million is split between everyone else. It's like 2 million.
Yeah.
So every year.
Do you reckon they'll cut it in half? Like, so
I think it's gonna get cut down a bit, man.
Yeah, I just don't think.
They cut it down a bit though. Like, even if the winner gets 500 bags, that's still a lot.
They don't. To us, but bro, you got to think about it, bro. They're not releasing costumes. they're not communicating with the community. There's a lot of things where they're like, ooh, they're probably having those serious business meetings, which is why they're not communicating to us because we don't know what's going on. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, bro, it's not feasible to do 2 million every single time for a Capcom Cup if a game is not really selling like that, bro. Remember that we're on what 4.4 million now for Street Fighter 6 or some 4 million. I don't know what the exact number is.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, no, we haven't hit 5 million yet, bro. You can't. That's what I'm saying. You can't just say, "Oh, 2 million, 2 million, 2 million," bro. If the game is not selling that, bro, where you Capcom make money.
Where did they get the bread to do the million from in the first place?
Street Fighter 5 costumes because they had a bud.
They were rinsing so many CPT costumes, CPT stages, all of that. But the thing is, they made a lot of the costumes good though. It's not even like it was like, oh, there was trash stuff. Like the costumes were cool for Street Fighter 5.
Yeah, they were.
They were actually good. People were getting it.
So you reckon the fact that we don't really have a lot of costumes right now is one of the big reasons that they don't have the bread to do that prize pool again? Is basically what you're saying.
100%, bro. I look at it as they have to have a lot of money, and the thing needs to be going really well. And I don't think season 2 done that well. I don't think people care about Elena. No one cared. Like no one is sitting there saying, "Oh my gosh, I can't wait to play Elena." Like no, bro. They literally showed the trailer and it had no gameplay.
Here's the mistake that I think they're making. I think, me personally, they're putting too much resources into the World Tour.
Yeah, that's why I said no one played World Tours. Just like, I don't know why
they're putting a lot into it, and it's just like, bro, like if they just put more of that into the actual like base game, I feel like they'd probably get better results out of it, and they'd probably make more money. Like I do get that, like World Tour. At the end of the day, like World Tour isn't the main part of the. You know what I mean? You don't play Street Fighter 6 for the World Tour. You play Street Fighter 6 because you want to throw a fireball and do. Do you get what I mean? I don't know. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, man. I don't know why they're putting so much in the World Tour when it could be exactly like costumes, you know, and whatever. I think. Bro, I keep on saying this on pretty much every podcast, but I think the fighting game developers are missing a big amount of money from win poses and intros.
Yeah.
I think if they sold win poses and intros as, you know what I mean, like as DLC, so if you bought this DLC, you now get this intro, this win pose. I think people would love that. Like, you know, especially old ones that got deleted or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think people would love it, man. I think people would like, oh, this guy's got that win pose from then. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. And if they want casuals to like get involved and play more as well, they could do stuff like in Street Fighter 5, there was like these special little game mode events where you'd fight like Dark Bison, or you'd fight like Dark somebody. And it was like a boss fight. The character had like moves that don't exist. That was like crazy moves, buffed up version of the character. And if you beat them, then you get rewarded with like something like a title plate, nameplate, or whatever. They could do something like that.
Haven't they been doing that with the Akuma and Bison in this game though? In the what is it, in the lobby thing? What's it called?
Oh, the Battle Hub.
Battle Hub.
Battle Hub, yeah.
I don't know what you get from it though. That's in the game. I don't know what you get from it.
I don't know either, to be fair.
The reward needs to be
be higher, like more prestigious reward. Need to make it super hard as well, innit? Like, I hear that still. I reckon they should do more of that stuff, man. But me personally, I think win poses. I would like to see a lot of them come back more. Do you know what I'm saying? And I think they could make a lot of money off it. So, yeah, man. So let's go into the last topic. We're gonna talk about. Okay, what do you think Street Fighter and the Street Fighter devs do well that the Tekken devs don't do well, and they need to learn from, you know, Street Fighter? And in terms of the game, what does the game do well that Tekken doesn't do well? Do you get what I'm saying? Like, what Street Fighter got that Tekken's missing?
Okay, in terms of the game, I want to say the structure of the menus, I think Street Fighter does better at, in terms of even the way the battle lounges are set up, the custom rooms, the way you can access training modes. I think Street Fighter does a better job at that, showing the menus, how you can navigate through everything. I think in terms of the UI and menu, I like the Street Fighter one better. And there was the other one, what, Tekken? Yeah, go ahead.
You know, in the lobby, for Street Fighter, can you see like the overall amount of wins that the person has? No, in the custom lobby.
If they're on a win streak, you can see the win streak that they're on.
But you can't see
not overall.
You can't see the overall amount of wins
that they have.
Nah.
If you beat someone, then it's back to like 0. I don't think you can see the overall wins they have.
I thought this was the case, so they got rid of it in Tekken and Street Fighter.
Yeah. Oh my.
That is insane. Really, bro. So like, that's could you do that in 5? No, I'm sure you could in 5.
In 5,
right?
No, in 5. In 5, it was win streak as well.
So it wasn't wins or losses.
In 5, wait, hold on.
Definitely do it offline.
I can't remember the lobbies in 5.
I remember offline you could see.
No.
In 5 you could.
In 5 it shows what your wins are and it just keeps on tallying it up.
Yeah, it adds.
So it's not like this.
It never resets. You just always see how many wins.
These fucking new games.
Yeah.
Oh my.
What? They got rid of it in Tekken and Street Fighter.
So
devs are chatting to each other, innit?
Yeah, bro. The problem is
chatting to each other, bro.
But Phils, the problem is we used to do lobbies on Street Fighter and Tekken. So like Street Fighter 5, used to see whoever, like say for example, if Dante had 8 wins for the whole lobby, it will show 8 wins for the whole lobby. And if I had 2 for the whole lobby, it will show 2. Now in these games, it doesn't do that anymore. It just shows your streak and then it just resets and keeps doing it. So we can't keep track. Yeah, so that we don't do lobbies. That no one really does lobbies anymore because it's like, who's gonna keep track of it? It's kind of boring. Yeah. So I don't know why they got rid of that. Maybe because again, for the new players, they don't want to see if they, have a streak or they don't have a streak. It's weird, man. I don't know why. It's such a basic feature that's been in so much of the previous games that they've just taken out now. It makes no sense.
I don't know if it's because like now you can do like fixed first to whatever sets like in the lobby. So now you can do like, a first to 5 in the lobby and they've just thought that, don't give it, you know what I mean? Like, who won that set in it, so it's kind of like, but even then, I'd kind of like to know how many sets, like, it should be on the screen, how many sets that, you won or he won. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it could be like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, Jay's
especially when there's a lot of people in the lobby as well. So
yeah. But yeah, man, I don't know what's going on there. These lot be chilling at her, are not having K and that. What's going on? Yeah, man.
We didn't speak about the refuge.
Yeah, but this is kind of, Tekken Refuge. Obviously, like.
Oh, okay, you segue in it. Sorry, my bad. Sorry, my bad.
No, this is the Tekken Refugee section. Like, this is like, yo. It's advertising what does well that Tekken doesn't. You get what I'm saying? You know what I mean? If you're thinking about, you get me a little break. You get me a very long break from season 2. You know where to go.
My gosh.
Man. So the menus, I agree with that, Phils. What else, man? Even in terms of core gameplay, like what do you think Street Fighter does well? Tekken don't.
I think the fonts.
I have to think about this one. What you say, Jay?
I think the fonts, like the KO font, and just like the overall packaging of like the graphics seems a lot more like when you see Street Fighter, it's gritty. Like you've got the walls and all of this stuff. Like even when they do their trailers, when it goes and it's got like the graffiti text and like overall packaging, it feels like a Street Fighter game in it. So like the text, the fonts they use, everything. Like I like that for Street Fighter, whereas Tekken, it doesn't feel like there's an identity with the fonts and stuff that they use, or even just like the KO screens and stuff like that. Or
it doesn't feel like it's a martial arts tournament anymore. It just doesn't, bro. Like before, it used to like King. Like, is it even? That's one thing that it used to be King of the Iron Fist tournament.
Yeah, what happened to that? I used to get gassed hearing that, bro. Turn the game on and what happened to that?
It's King of the Iron Sword, bro. You get me? What's going on, man? This is how you know it's not Tekken, because it's not even King of the Iron Fist no more. And you know what, do you know the announcer, yeah? Like, bro, the announcer used to be so gritty. Like Tekken.
King of the Iron Fist tournament.
Like,
why don't they let us like pick announcers from previous Tekkens in the game? That's like a cool thing.
That would be gassed.
You already got the jukebox for like other previous game. Give us announcers.
No one would use the Tekken 8 one. That's why.
No one would use the Tekken 8 one.
Street Fighter 6 has commentators in their game. Yeah,
Yeah.
can we just have announcements in Tekken?
I forgot about the commentators in it, bro. I ain't used that in ages.
No one
bro.
uses it, but it's there.
I forgot
Like,
about it.
This is what I mean though, like, Tekken, yeah, man. Like, I can't even, you see the Tekken 8 announcer, I can't even, like, remember it. Like, I can't even think of what it sounds like. Do you get what I mean? Like, does he say
It's not rememberable. It's not like
round one fight. Did he even say that? Like, I don't even remember it. Do you get what I'm saying? But I clearly remember, like, back a day, like, my man used to have the super deep voice. Yeah, going up in it. So,
Nah, it's bad.
yeah, man. I hear it. It feels like a Street Fighter game more than like what Tekken feels like a Tekken game. I hear that still. What else, man? What else? Even down to the devs, like or what?
I think I want to go as to why I like Tekken, like what Tekken does better than Street Fighter. I think the Tekken talks, right? Now I know obviously they get perceived, however they get perceived, yeah, but you don't have Tekken talks though. Like you have them.
For what reason, though?
You have them. Like, I wish Street Fighter could actually have something like that. We don't get no breakdown of, oh, this is what we're looking at. Like, and another thing, if we don't have anyone to tweet to either. Like, we don't have an account. There's no one we can go to. The Street Fighter account, we don't know who's behind it. Like, who is that person? It's just a Street Fighter account. Like, we don't have anyone we can go to report anything, ask for anything. We get no response, no communication, bro.
It's just the straight up Street
It's
Fighter
like
account.
once every year and a half. Once every year and a half, you get those two guys who come on and talk to us and like, oh, next season or whatever. And sometimes we don't even get that. So we're actually just left in the dirt, and there's nothing we can do about it. We can't complain to anyone. We can't cry to no one. We're just sitting there.
No one wants to take the heat. That's why. No one wants to take the heat from Foley. My man's inbox would be full up of man just complaining about Foley. No one's trying to take the heat. You know what? To be fair, in a way, I think that's a bit smarter than what the Tekken devs are doing. Because you know what I mean. People know who to throw the heat at in Tekken. You can't even throw the heat.
That's also why when something's wrong with the game, it doesn't look like it's as bad like on Twitter or on socials, because we're not launching at anyone. We're just like venting to ourselves. We're not like directing it to anybody because there's no one to direct it to.
I hear it still. So you ain't got a community manager at all. Like,
no,
you know what I'm saying? It's just, I hear it still. They've done it smart still. There is damage control still, because they know people ain't gonna like throw loops, in drive rush. But they say, "Oh, you gotta deal with it because it's how we design." I hear it still.
That's crazy.
I hear that 100%.
That's crazy.
What else do you think Tekken does better than Street Fighter? Then, especially
they kind of have like a code in always bringing back certain characters to their roster. Like I know Street Fighter kind of does it with Ryu, Ken, Cammy, Chun-Li, but it kind of stops there. With Tekken, you're gonna get a bunch of returning characters, but Tekken has a bigger roster in general per game, so it's like, I'm sure you guys always have characters you want to return who haven't returned for whatever game, but there's a bunch of returning characters in comparison to what Street Fighter does. They switch it up.
It's got a bigger roster though, so I think it's kind of like.
Yeah,
I do hear it though. The Street Fighter roster's kind of whack in 6.
Kind of crazy. The game started and it's like no one's got a character. I gotta play Luke and Jamie. Like bare people's main characters. And it's like there's so many cool characters that got left behind. I do hear that in Street Fighter still, but I do feel it's kind of like that in Tekken. But yeah, you do get your staple martial law pulls, Ninas.
It's not as bad. It's not. But I'm missing Balrog, bro. I have to just play. I've never played Bison, bro. Never. Like,
proper legacy characters are just not.
Balrog might never come back.
I heard.
For Ed in Street Fighter 5, Balrog was like Ed's mentor, innit?
Yeah.
So they're like setting them up to be the next boxer type guy.
Pushed him out. They pushed him out.
They're like trying to push him out.
Yeah, I can imagine.
I don't know if he's coming back or not.
I think it would be Ed takes Balrog, and then that would be Ed versus flipping Dudley, which is
yeah. You know what? I do agree with that. I agree with the the roster, the Tekken 8 roster.
It's not that bad.
the Street Fighter 6 roster. But you see, with Street Fighter, I feel like one of the things that Street Fighter does a lot better is the way they kind of like, it's like the female characters. I feel like the female characters are more cooler in Street Fighter than they are in Tekken. Like, I feel like the in Tekken they're a bit sameish. Like, do you know what I mean? They're very like, there's not really much. There is difference in the fighting styles and that, but you know what I mean? Even like the way they look and the stuff like that, I feel there's like more uniqueness to them in Street Fighter.
What are you talking about?
I mean, like, you have in Street Fighter, like, you have a female grappler in Street Fighter. Like, you have like army.
There's more like diversity, like, towards the characters.
Yeah, they look dollish in Tekken.
Yeah, like, they all got pretty much the same body type, the same like
face,
the same,
features.
like, yeah, like I remember, like, someone put up a picture, right, of you know, like on Tekken, you got the customization on the main screen, on the home screen, and someone put a picture of a customized character on there, and they were like, "Guess who this is?" And obviously, it was a Street Fighter. No, it was a female character of Tekken, and no one could even like guess who it was. Like, people guessing, "Oh, is it Nina? Is it Lydia? Is it?" Do you know what I'm saying? They didn't even know. But it's like in Street Fighter, it's like you can tell the difference between. Do you know what I mean? There's a lot of more variety between, like, you know, like Aki's like so different to Chun, or do you know what I'm saying? Like, very different. I don't know, man. I feel like they did a job with that in like the versatility of.
No, I can see that.
Them characters there. In terms of gameplay, so one thing that I think Street Fighter does well that Tekken doesn't, is that I feel like it sticks to certain rules, and it doesn't really like to break those rules, if that makes sense. So there's like a lot of consistency in the actual design of the game. So like every EX reversal is heavily punishable, for example. Do you get what I'm saying? Whereas in Street Fighter, like in Tekken, like some armor moves are safe for some reason, even though they're turn stealing. Some of them are -13. Some of them, you know what I mean? Like,
I know
you know what I mean? Though, like, they're breaking the rules of it. It's like, why do certain ones get to be safe and then don't? You know what I mean? Whereas in Street Fighter, your turn stealing move is like straight up, like, it's heavily punishable every time. Everyone knows it. As soon as you're a new player or whatever, you figure out that, oh, he done a reversal. You know, every time you get this punished, and it's not going to change across the cap, basically. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think,
I
think in terms of consistency, like and it's not just that as well. It's more consistent in like other ways as well, across, like, you know, like, is every kind of like light move -1?
Yeah, lights are all -1.
They're all -1 across the board, right? Yeah, but then, like, in Tekken, okay, like, a lot of jabs are, you know, +1, but then there's some that are minus. Some don't even have, well, no, Asuka's is minus, and then like some don't have, some of the lights, well, some of the jabs, like, they've got their strings off them and that, but like it doesn't seem like they follow a rule, like, you know what I mean? And then some don't even. Well, Jack doesn't even have a, you know, a 10 frame safe 10 frame from standing, for example.
Yeah. Do you reckon there should be? Do you reckon? So do you prefer if it followed the rule?
Yeah. I think
me personally, I like the diversity in certain things, because I think that just adds to just like making characters like stand out.
I you know what it is? I hear that, yeah, but I feel like once you open the door to that is when you open the door
to madness,
just silliness. Do you know what I mean? Like, do you know what I mean? I do get it, the unique conversation, but I do think there's other ways to make characters unique outside of like fundamental things that shape the game. Like Tekken having a +1 on block 10 frame jab shapes the way the fundamental aspect of the game is played. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, and same with Street Fighter, like, you know, the -1 on the jab and the reversals all being heavily punishable. You know what I mean? Imagine if some were like,
someone's got a reversal that they could change it.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying though? Like, it would be unique. Like, it would be unique that, you know what I mean? Imagine Sagat came and like he could do EX uppercut, but it pushed you back to the other side of the screen, and you could hardly,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, oh, that's unique though, because he's a big character and his henchman. You know what I mean? I don't know. I think it opens a lot of madness. So I do like the fact that there's set rules that don't get broken, and then things outside of that don't affect the fundamental, design of the game. Can now be unique stuff that the characters get. Is the approach that I would prefer. Do you get what I'm saying?
No, I hear
I feel
it.
you.
I hear it still. That makes sense.
But what are you saying, Jay? Have you got any things that you think that Street Fighter that you wish Tekken devs would take heed of that the Street Fighter devs are doing?
I just think it's like when they first started doing the marketing for the game, that the launch, I thought it was really good that they got Lil Wayne, even though I feel like Lil Wayne wasn't really popping at the time. I felt like the marketing was really good. The way how they were being transparent about the game at the start was really good. Even at the end of Street Fighter 5, like you're seeing them talk about the game, that the information they were giving out and what they were showing was really sick. Now, both season passes are whack. So for both Tekken and Street Fighter, they're both whack. Like none of them are good. Yeah,
I have a question as well.
You got a question first? I was gonna ask you something.
No, go on.
I was gonna say, which one's more whack? Tekken 8 season 1 or
Tekken 8 season 1 is hands down. I would rather play Rashid or Akai or Ed or Ukuma over, Eddie, Lydia, Clive that's got bare Pokemons around him, and Heihachi. I don't like all of that stuff.
He was gassed anyway. Like,
Heihachi wasn't gassed.
They came back. What are you saying though, Phils? What are you saying?
Who came out season 1 Street Fighter 6?
Rashid, Ed, Akai,
Rashid, Ed, Aki, and who was the last one?
Akuma.
That is whack season.
Akuma, innit?
Yeah,
I think Tekken's worse. I think Tekken's one might be worse.
Tekken's
Because
worse.
they brought back Eddie, yeah, but why did they redesign him like that? Well,
Yeah, why?
I don't like the way Eddie plays at all. It's kind of boring, man. The whole, what is it? Is it down 3?
Yeah.
Bro, it's just I don't like that. Everything links into install. He gets his little
Mix
power
up.
and then now it's just too much.
I hate Eddie in Tekken 8. Like the way they design, like he's just a double guess machine, bro.
And Lydia's the same. They're like the
Lydia's
same
the
character, low key.
Like I think Eddie's so stupid in Tekken. Like I feel like everything that Tekken 8 is, apart from maybe chip damage, Eddie is that. Like
Yeah.
he's just stupid. 50.
That's mine.
That's
That's mine.
Yeah, bro. There's literally everything bad about it. Like, and it's funny that these are DLC characters. Like, do you get what I'm saying? Like, it's paid to win silliness, man.
Bro, and then even if you think about it, if we do, well, we can't even match season 2 with season 2, but obviously Anna is she's dead. Bro, no one cares about Anna, bro.
Yeah.
Like, she's just dead, bro. No one cares.
That new Anna bug, yeah, is
Okay.
The Anna bug is crazy.
Here's what I'd say, yeah. Like, okay, Street Fighter, they announced their characters straight away, yeah.
I was gonna say, yeah.
But Tekken don't do that, and I think a big reason why they should do the full character announcement is because it would force them to make a season pass that is actually good and bring back characters that people actually want to sell the pass. Do you get what I'm saying to you? Like these characters, okay, they're bringing back these characters, yeah. Well, they're bringing in these characters, but I feel like they're doing the pay to win thing. They're just making them cheap, but they could avoid that whole issue if they just brought back characters that are gonna sell, whether they're top tier or low tier. It doesn't matter because people love the characters. You get what I'm saying? They won't have to just make them pay to. You get me?
Brother.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, if you brought back, Dudley or Sagat, whatever, they don't have to be top 5, top 10. to sell.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? Whereas Rashid outside the top 10 ain't selling. Telling you straight. No, he's not selling, bro. People ain't paying for that. Do you get what I'm saying? But because he's like top 5, people are paying for that. Do you get what I'm saying?
Do you know what? You want to know what's crazy, bro? Flipping Tekken 8 season 2, they didn't announce any of the characters, but they announced the Pac-Man stage. Now, I don't know why they thought to do that, because that was never going to be received well, like by no one. Like, because, bro, think about it like this, yeah. Everyone wants to see what the character's saying, and the reason why they do it like this is like what you said, Dante. They don't like, imagine if they released season 2, bro. They were gonna get some type of backlash. They know it. So that's the reason why they don't do it. And it's like by the time you get to like the end of the season and they announce like this final new character for season 2, it's like, oh yeah, so the season's already done. What can you complain about? Now we've got to wait to season 3. Like that's their thought process for the game. And it's, bro, I've always said I don't like it. I think it's trash. Like, I might be waiting for a very long time for my character, bro. I want Bruce or Marduk to come back.
Yeah.
If they don't come back,
bro, the thing is, I just, bro, I think that they know that some of these characters that they're not gonna sell the season if they, you know what I mean, if they show us the characters early, because they know that a majority of people don't want these characters. They like, bro, come on, they must have known that like not everyone's gonna be gassed about Lydia, Eddie, and Clive. They must have known that. Like,
I don't think so.
You know what I mean? Them sales. If you advertise that season pass from the start, do you really think that season pass is getting sales? Like, it's gonna get more sales if you don't know which ones they are, because you might get, you know what I'm saying? You might get Bruce on a lucky one. You might get so and so on a lucky one. Do you get what I'm saying? Like,
I hear it.
I think it's a bit mad still. I think they things.
You know what I think? I think like not showing all the characters for a season pass, I think it was fine when the games were in a good state in terms of the characters that were in the game and people were genuinely happy for the majority, right? I think the second it gets to a point where we don't like this game or we don't like these characters, what's happening? Now you just need to be straight up and now just tell us what's coming.
I agree.
Because we've all been to like events where a trailer's happening and we're all gassed. Like the game's in a okay-ish state maybe, and we're all gassed. Well, who's it gonna be? Right? But when it gets to a point where it's like, I just want my character. I have no one to play. Like, what's going on? You know, I think this is a product of like continuous disappointment. So now we don't care. We just want to know. You know. Whereas if the game was in a good state, I don't think we would mind. We'd be like, all right, we're actually hyped for who's it gonna be.
I think personally, bro, like, you kind of want to. I think personally, it just makes sense to show people the product that you're selling them. I think selling people a mystery box.
It's the casino. It's a casino. You're gambling.
Like, I don't think you should be selling people a mystery box. I think you should be selling them the product, and if your product's good, it gets sales. And then the thing is, you know, like, it'll be even better for them because they'd be able to collect data on what people like to buy straight up in it. So if they would know, okay, characters like Bruce work, characters like Marduk work, characters like, you know what I mean, they work better than Eddie, Lydia, da-da-da-da. If they can collect the data on that, and then maybe when they design a new character, they move towards more of a certain, you know what I'm saying, away than move. You get what I'm saying? Because they've got the data to show people like these sort of characters. You get what I'm saying? So like, I think it's just it would just be a smart move to do it that way in general. Plus, if the biggest fighting game is doing it that way, do you know what I mean? You kind of gotta like look at what the biggest fighting game is doing and kind of like appreciate and just like learn from them, really, because they're obviously doing something good over there. If they're getting $1 million prize pools, you get what I'm saying?
Do you know what? Do you know what it is though? Is they've kind of clocked that even if they tell us that, bro, remember, you know, Tekken 8 sold 2 million at the start. At the end of the year, it's 3 million. So them DLCs weren't really helping with the sales because they already sold 2 million, and you've brought. That's what I'm saying. And you brought back Heihachi, and you only done like, bro, like what? That doesn't even make any sense. And then obviously we have this Anna situation where Anna's doing the whole bug thing, and then we have, you know, people saying that you have content creators, players saying, I'm taking a break at the start of the season. That is astronomical. Like this is worldwide news, bro. This is history. We've never had a fighting game where there's a new patch, and at the start of the new patch, think about this. At the start of a new patch, people saying, I'm taking a break. When?
My whole YouTube feed is full of just, I'm taking a break.
Yeah. Or quit, or
that's all I'm seeing, bro.
You know what as well? You know what I've clocked? I genuinely think this is what I've clocked is, you see the Heihachi reveal, I think they really thought they've done a madness with the Heihachi thing, yeah? And remember, they made the whole story expansion to go with Heihachi for free. That shit ain't cheap to create. You know, like the story. Yeah. You had to animate it, voice lines, everything. Like, and to be fair, apart from the actual what do you call it? The
Don't-
lore itself, the
Don't
actual
say it.
animation and the way it was done
Was sick.
was actually quite good.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? It was actually really like high quality. Just what they did with it that was you know, Heihachi, you know, headbutting the meteor, the dumb stuff in it. But like, yeah, like they put a lot of money into Heihachi. I think they thought Heihachi would sell like hotcakes, yeah, and he was gonna make up for a lot of the. Do you know what I'm saying? He was gonna make a lot of sales, but I don't think they got the reaction of Heihachi that they wanted. Because like Heihachi, okay, he's a staple, whatever, but he's more like Mishima players care about Heihachi more than anything.
He's not a casual player. No one casually picks up a Heihachi.
Yeah. Like he was one of the kind of like, you know Heihachi's hard. He was a niche character basically, even though he was a big part of the lore in terms of playing him and stuff like that. Like, bro, waifu players don't care nothing about no Heihachi, bro. Let's
100%.
keep it real. Lily players ain't caring about Heihachi. You get me? So like, when they've spent, bro, I don't know how much they spent on doing that story expansion, but I guarantee it was a lot. I guarantee it was a lot. Do you get me? And they gave it us for free as well.
Also, I want to say something. They gave the Heihachi always have a stance.
He did, but it wasn't the most
Wasn't
useful
like-
thing to do.
It
Yeah,
wasn't
yeah.
like an offensive.
Yeah, he had a defensive stance. So one of his stance, if he does it, the Raijin stance, he would be like that and he'll parry you. But in
Defensive stance. Now it's offensive.
now it's offensive, yeah.
It's like everybody's got a stance in this game, bro. It's actually insane.
Bro,
I also want to mention something. It might be a little bit off topic here, but speaking on the Anna bug, yeah, I was talking to my friend about this earlier. He made a good point. He said, "What if the reason why that's even coded into the game, yeah, like her stealing stances and stuff, is if the DLC character coming out, the brand new one, is going to be a character that's
Lei.
stances."
Lei. I think it's gonna be Lei. I think the reason why we're getting so much stance into stance stuff like now, because more than ever, like, is because they're trying to warm everyone to Lei, because no one really plays Lei. Anyone can clip this and just make sure it's there. Lei is the next character. Just remember I told you, because why has Reina got stance into stance? Doesn't make sense.
You reckon he's gonna steal stances though?
Nah, I just think they just want people to be excited about, you know, stances and in general. Because obviously, the way how Anna's thing works is she goes into a stance and then she does a move. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's like,
But don't you think that takes away the uniqueness of Lei though? Like, because Lei was the stance character.
Nah,
Now
'cause-
everyone's
nah.
a stance character.
Nah.
So like, who's gonna care about Lei? I actually think if Lei comes back, he could be part of the reason that the game dies as well. Because like, bro, like if they make Lei, I'll keep it 100. Like, bro, look at Eddie, double guest character, yeah.
Yeah.
Da-da-da-da. If they make Lei a double guest character, bro, it's long. It's just so long, bro. What's it? Razor Rush into, bro. His mix
Snake,
so
Tiger.
That was crazy.
Don't you remember Lei in the end of season 4, whatever he could do? Jab.
Yeah.
You had to guess. It's
And then-
rather middle
and then
low.
40.
If he does low, Leroy low high.
Yeah.
Now you've got to guess for game because he's rather gonna do.
But remember, I
low-
mained him for a while.
Yeah, exactly. So, bro, do we want that in Tekken 8?
Yes, I
The
do.
game with heat.
But listen, you guys are not deep in. You can do heat. How many stances did Lei have?
So standing wise, I thought it
He got
was
an 8.
no. It's more than that now, because he has he has play dead facing forward, which is him on the floor. Play dead facing away, and then he has
Relax, kind of.
he has bare of them, bro. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I
You
can't
can
remember.
heat smash from stance, bro. So all
He has
these
5.
stances
He had
can
5.
go from.
He had 5 drive rushes, by the way. 5.
Now you can heat smash out of stances in this
Yeah,
game.
wouldn't that mean
so
8? If it was
Rage
free
drive.
It's
to
going to
go?
be insane, and you know he's going to have at least 2 heat smashes. He might be the first character to come out with 3 different heat smashes, bro.
Oh,
All
in every
the
stance.
different stances he has.
Yeah, I believe that,
That's gonna be crazy.
but that's why I'm saying. You see, when you saw these changes, like when you see Feng doing the back 4 or 2 or whatever, like, and you seeing Reina doing moves and going into stance, all the QCF stuff that people are doing moves into QCF for free by pressing forward.
Yeah.
I can see Dante just putting his head down. I know he's upset, but bro, this is the direction they want everyone to go in, and that's why I'm telling you. I am telling the world. Lei is the next character, whether you like it or not. They want you to be warm into going into stances, bro. It's the same way.
Why would they
Think about
change the whole game for one?
Brother.
character?
Okay, cool. I got you. Didn't they change? No, wait. I got you. Didn't they change? He engages so you can crouch for Anna.
I hear that, but like, still though, like this is more than just the heating gauge. This is like the character's move set, bro. Like everyone's move sets just to warm you up to lay. I don't know about that, bro.
Brother. So then why did they do the heating gauges and do the full crouch just for Anna to warm us up?
That's one part of a mechanic, but we're talking about every character's move set, like legacy move set.
So why did they do it then? Why does Victor now do a 10-frame punish and now he goes in Perfumer? Who asks for that? No one asks for that. Why does Feng have a 12-frame punish when he has a 13-frame punish and he goes into QCF by just pressing forward?
Because I just don't think devs know what they're doing up there, bro.
So you think that all of these characters that now have excellent 10-frame punishes now or 12-frame punishes and goes into a QCF or a stance, it's just coincidental. Same way.
I don't think it's because Lay's coming. That's what I feel. I don't think because they done these dumbass design decisions across the whole board of the whole lifespan of Tekken 8, it's just to warm people up for. I don't know about that one.
I'm crazy. I'm a crazy theory. I'm a crazy theory guy then.
I don't think it's that, man. Like, okay, so Phil's was talking about like it could be a character that steals people's stance. Like, so
like some AI character, bro. They said there's gonna be a brand new character, right?
Like a Mokujin spinner.
Some Mokujin AI character that comes and is just like,
hey man,
people's stances.
Hey man,
he goes and he's got your stance.
But you know what it is though, like
could be Ghost versus Ghost, isn't it? Could be.
Imagine it was something to do with like Olga, because Olga, that's what he's known for, is stealing people's moves.
Maybe.
So imagine like a redesign for Olga that he can do some mad stuff by stealing your moves. I don't know.
Eventually.
Bro, the devs are cooking up on some kush over there, so we're gonna have a character that's, you know what I'm saying, gonna be doing some madness, bro.
It's the only way to access that bug from the Anna slap.
Yep. You gotta do 2 1+2 quick or something like that. It's mad. Everyone's doing it now. Bro, when I look at my feed, bro, every other character's doing it, and then they're doing then she's doing mad moves. And bro, I look at this and I'm saying, there is no way you lot are professional. Like, or at least I thought you was. There's no way that this got part. Like, how does everyone know this bug within 2 weeks? Like, what's going on in the office? Like,
did you see that they done Bob Shuriken out
of that's Raven.
Raven,
yeah.
So like what like people are speculating saying, is Bob coming back? That moves in the code or what? But like in certain other moves in the code as well, that of characters that ain't there.
We ain't seen that though. We ain't seen that in a character. That's what I'm saying. Seeing that uppercut thing was weird. Why is that with Raven of all characters? It's just weird. I don't know what's going on over there, but they ain't got their coding correct. It just from a professional standpoint, it just doesn't look so professional. Like,
I think, bro, an easy solution of this, because obviously they don't understand their own. First of all, it shows that they definitely don't understand their own game to a level where they need to, and so he doesn't look like they want to get better at the game. So basically, what I think they need to do is just pay high-level players to playtest the game.
Brother, you know they're not
a beta for a certain, you know what I mean, invite-only beta or something like that.
They done it at the start.
Look at what 2XKO's doing. They've got Apology Man and all these high-level players from other games like
balance the game
and all stuff to balance the game for them. So a lot of this balance changes for that game, and the reason they're adding certain mechanics and tweaking things,
they are testing
from players that know fighting games. Like, they know it. They've won tournament. They know the ins and outs.
Yeah. That's
all. I don't know why they're so against like high level players having an influence on the game, because like these guys play the game for money. Their life is fighting games, and so these guys, do you know what I mean? Not only do they have a good passion for it, but they have the most knowledge. So like it would make sense that you do take these lots' opinion and their, you know what I mean, into consideration more than just, you know, people that don't have an idea what they're talking about, to get what I mean? Because, you know, there've been some guys saying that they like season 2 or whatever, and then people are checking up these guys and they've played the game like twice in like 7 months or something. Do you get me? They don't even know them.
I definitely think it's very important for, if you're a dev, you have a balancing team who's trying to balance a game or create a game, it's very important that either you are actually good at your game to where you can have a proper understanding of how it's played, how it can be played, exploits and stuff like that, or you have somebody within your team who is good at the game who can explain those things to you. If you don't have either of those things, your knowledge is going to be very limited. And when you start hearing stuff from other players, from outside audiences, you're not going to know what to listen to because all you know is the casual aspect. You don't know the other aspect.
Because like, I think they should be actively trying to learn the game as well, getting like feedback from the top and like getting taught the game by the top players. They should actually be actively trying to do that because like I know, for an example, like as a person that's like played Tekken for quite a while and stuff like that, like I know for a fact matchups actually change once you get to the highest level of that matchup, if that makes sense. So once you play someone that's like for example Ling Xiaoyu, for example, there's a lot of Ling players that their fundamentals are lacking, right? So like you play against that Ling player now and you can kind of just exploit them easily because their fundamentals are lacking. But once you get to the you're talking the highest level Ling player, the highest level Brian players, for example. Like Brian, that matchup changes when you fight the best Brians in Europe. Like not just the, do you know what I'm saying? But it's actually the matchup, like because you see the highest potential of the character. Do you get what I mean? Like now you're seeing what happens when someone gets their hands on Brian and now they're doing taunts consistently. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like when Brian players don't do taunts at all or inconsistently, you don't really see the potential of the character. So now if you're balancing the character around that, now what happens is, high level players that are, getting Brian's taunt all the time and now using these new tools, do you know what I mean, on top of it, and now it's just completely stupid and you can't really do nothing about it, you get me? So like, like the devs kind of need that insight as well of like, getting to know what is the potential of said character and how they should balance around the potential of that character, not just you know what I mean, or if a mediocre guy's playing, I mean, like, this is what the character can actually do. This is the peak of what the character can do, and they should balance around it like that. Do you know what I'm saying? Not what the character, maybe can do, but it's like once in a blue moon. You know what I'm saying?
No, I definitely understand. It's like I like to use TXP as a reference because it's like they've actually got players there, and it's like even when they allowed the alpha tests, right? You had like the devs that were playing the game themselves, right? So you hop in ranked or you hop in the lounges or whatever. Some of them will be in the lobby smoking everyone. They know their own game.
It's on job.
But I'm sure that would not be the case for like a Tekken game coming out or a Street Fighter game coming out. You hop on the game within 2 minutes, you're beating the devs. Like,
so like, there was that video of Harada losing. Who was it? Lily Pichu. Like, what rank or like what level of play is Lily Pichu?
No idea.
No idea.
Like, so we don't know if she's like Mighty Ruler. We don't know. From what I heard, she's kind of low level, but I don't know, man. Like, I heard that Murray's in like red rank. Like Suzanne.
I mean, it just doesn't seem like a lot of the devs play their own game.
I would love to know what rank Nikatsu is. I would love to know that, because I don't think you can like be the director of a game, and then not be able to get like, Mighty Ruler at least. I don't know, bro. It's a bit mad. Like, you should have like a certain amount of skill level in the game that you are creating, and if not, you should kind of like hand over like a lot of the decisions.
I'm trying to not laugh.
Like, do you know what I mean? I'm just being real with it, man. I swear down, do you know what I mean, though? You can't just be going into things blind, man. If you don't actually understand something, you should be able to change fundamentally what that is. Do you know what I'm saying? It would be like some guy that doesn't really understand football like that to now come in and change the rules of football. Do you know what I mean? People being outraged. They'll be like, "What is this guy doing? He don't even know. You know what I mean? He's hardly been on the pitch, and he's trying to tell me the offside rule's gone and rare. Do you get what I'm saying, though? Like, that's how I'm looking at it, man. I don't know, man.
But why do you think it is that like these devs don't just like, I don't know, hire high level players to talk to you?
They don't want to spend money, bro. They don't want to spend money. Like, and they're not. I'll keep it a buck, bro. I've always wanted to do this video talking about like Japanese fighting game developers. I just don't think they understand. They're too far behind. They're too far behind everyone else. Whereas 2XKO, I'm sure that is is it American? Is it Japanese?
I think it
American?
is, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So right. So Riot's American. Right. It's cool. So Riot knows how to market their games. They know how to do the testing, which is why they've hired Apology Man and a couple others, right? And these are players that are like Apology Man was pro player for Strive, playing Faust, and he was mad sick. Now that's his full-time job to test the 2XKO game. The game's not even out yet, right?
But what, Jay? Hear what? I think a lot of players would do it for free,
100%,
or a lot or low money. I think a lot of players would like, oh, you get to play season 2 early. But
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I think they'll do it for free, bro.
Bro,
You know what I'm saying? So I don't even think that's much of an argument either.
They don't, but what I'm trying to say to you is I hear that, but they've got this old school model. Like, this is Japanese fighting game developers across the board, because this is Street Fighter as well, right? So they've got this old school model where it's like, oh yeah, we'll do this all in house, and then we'll give it out to them, and they just hope for the best, which is old. It's not working. Look at Street Fighter 6. Look at Tekken 8. It's not working. Whereas 2XKO, the game's not out. People have tested it. There's alpha tests. They've been trying to get this game perfected before they release it, and it makes sense. Whereas what they're doing over there don't make sense.
I think some players would even do it at the expense of not being able to compete for the first year of the game, just to make sure they make a great game. They'll do it for free, even just at the expense of just. You can't compete for the first year of the game because you might understand it better than everyone else or something.
There is clauses like that. I can't say too much, but there is.
Yeah, I think people will do that.
There are clauses like that.
That's mad. But you know what? Like, I think it's a bit mad still when you say it that way, because I've looked at Japan like, well, I think even objectively, they're ahead of us, a lot of the Western countries, in a lot of ways, in terms of like technology and things like that. Like, they've got a lot of things, like, you know what I mean, where it feels like they're like 5 years ahead, like the train system and things like that. So I was like, oh, how comes with fighting games, it's like we're in the past and it's not upgrading? You get what I mean? Whereas I've always looked at Japan as a country that loves to upgrade.
I got you.
The arcade.
No, I got him with this question for Phil. I got him.
I don't know.
Cool. So when you're talking about technology, but technology for who? Right. So technology is for the people that's in
general public. Even like the way that the countries, what I mean, though, like, it seems like they love to upgrade in certain things. Like, they do a lot of things very well, and they learn.
That's cool, but Japan, like, for me, from what I can see, like, the technology, obviously they always like to upgrade, and people always love their technology. Cool. But when it comes to the games, remember, it was always the arcade system. Ever since the arcade system has gone, like, it's crashed, there ain't really no arcade system no more. They haven't really understood what to do with these games anymore. Remember, the arcade system used to be, you keep on putting your money in, you keep doing this, they'll get feedback. They'll keep updating the game. That was their system, right? But if someone's brought a game and we play it online, how are they getting their money back? Do you get what I'm saying? What, from a one sale? Remember, people would be there for the whole day, putting in the pound. Bro, they're getting their money's worth from just keep on putting in the money into the machine every single day. They will make, like, in the arcades, they make more than they do when they just drop a game on a console, because everyone is putting in their pound to keep playing. Do you get what I'm trying to say? In that country. So
if it's a money thing, though, it would make sense that they have to, like, they should do really good with, like you said, the costumes and rare.
They don't think but they're not thinking about that. They're looking at, that's what I'm saying. They're behind. They're looking at what Fortnite was when the Fortnite just released. They're looking at, oh yeah, if we do avatars and do all of these stuff and these profiles for the characters, like how it is in Tekken, they think that, yes, like, this is what everyone wants. But in Japan, they probably love it because they're just like, I don't even really feel like people play online in Japan like the casual. I feel like they just do the avatars, dress them up, take a picture of it, and that's how it is. Whereas our culture and the Western culture, we don't care about those avatar stuff. Like, we made the most ugliest avatars and posted it up online, and then we kept it moving. Do you get what I'm saying? That's what I didn't do that, but that's what the internet did. And we just kept it moving. No one plays the World Tour mode. They haven't really, we just we care about what we care about, and that's Street Fighter, the actual 1v1 game. They just don't understand that. They're just thinking, all right, no, we need to push out more Avatar stuff because we want more people to be involved in this Avatar stuff. We want more people to do the World Tour stuff. Because remember, when they release a new character like Elena, the trailer we got for Elena is the trailer for World Tour when you meet her. It's not an actual teaser to anything. It's when you meet her in World Tour. This is the trailer. And then we get another trailer later on down the line, which will be the character trailer. Like when you see gameplay. Do you get what I'm saying? Do you get what I'm saying?
So what I'm thinking is, like, I wouldn't say, like, okay, let's say they're making less money, whatever, in terms of arcade thing. I think it's kind of like a money management thing as well. Because, like, okay, let's say, like, they're not like Tekken, that like they're not play testing the game properly, or you know, and then in Street Fighter maybe they're putting their money into things that they probably shouldn't. Like I definitely think like people would take like a less prize pool on a tournament for that money to be invested into the game to make the game better, if that makes.
I think they need to do that because this esports thing is not working for them. I'm gonna be honest. It's not
a money
working.
management thing because, like, you know, okay, let's say the next time they do the World Tour and if they say to man, boom, okay, the guy gets 500 bags, but we're spending the other 500 bags on more costumes and more this and more that and da-da-da-da, and you know what I'm saying, and like play testing for the new season, all that stuff, yeah. I don't think no one's going to moan at that because you know you're going to get a better product at the end of it. Whereas, like, if you just put in all that money into, okay, Kokeru gets to JP, got someone in grand finals, and you get me, and then now he's running off with Japan because, you know what I mean, my man did level 2 into whatever, then, yeah, bro, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, it'll be better for the longevity. See, some people might complain, but that's going to be biased to the pro players who are the ones competing.
Exactly.
I don't think it's going to be a better product eventually.
I personally
do that. I do think that's the last. They have to make it better at that point, because if they mess up and do a Tekken 8 season 2, and then it's like, so you took all that money to do this, then there's a even bigger issue. So
has there been a season in Street Fighter where everyone got buffed and it was just crazy?
I would say Street
Fighter. It wasn't super crazy like that. Like, from what I remember of the season where majority of people got buffed was the last season of Street Fighter 5. But it didn't. But that season was. It was a season where it had the most amount of characters that were probably viable. But even within that season, there was like 3 characters that stood out more than any other character, and that was Luke, Dalsim, and Ed.
Did people really like that? I didn't like that season, me personally.
Dalsim was the only character that was ruining that season for me. It was just Dalsim. Outside of that, I was alright. You
liked that season? Oh no, I remember because you got all your silly Falk buffs in it. Yeah, I remember that's why. Silly.
That's not even it, bro. Nah, it's because I can't lie. They made a lot of characters better. Like even Ken became crazy. Like a lot of characters got a lot buffed. But that season in general was. I think it was a good season. Even in terms of like tournament results and stuff. Yeah, it was like the people you'd expect. There was a lot less upsets that happened that season.
Was there?
I think that.
I remember quite a few.
I mean, there's always upsets, but it's nothing in comparison to like the type of stuff we're seeing now.
So do you actually think that works then in Street Fighter where you buff everyone?
Nah, I just think that the game was at a point where
it was going into Street Fighter
where mechanically the game was stable mechanically, and it just boiled down to some characters are a little bit stronger, this character's a bit stronger, but mechanically the game's a bit more stable, so it was okay.
You also had V-Shift as well, which like kind of alleviated.
V-Shift is like the best mechanic they've actually added.
It was so sick that they added V-Shift. I can't believe people like didn't like it.
All the grappler players didn't like it because 50-50 turned into 33-33.
Oh yeah, they hated it. Like
grapplers did, like Laura players, and they didn't like it.
Yeah, man. But like outside of that, I don't think there's really been a season where everyone got like. What about 4? Like, was there a season one got buffed like across the board?
Not sure. I wouldn't know about 4.
Oh, okay.
4 never had no pack. They just had like They patched it with a game in it, so you'd have like special, arcade, no, super, arcade, and ultra.
Yeah, but there was kind of like balance patches though, like because they changed the balancing. You know what I mean? But I don't remember them like.
Yeah, no, I don't.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like they're in Street Fighter when they do patches, they're very careful with their patches. If that makes sense, I think it started to get a bit more crazy now because I think I remember in 5, like people's getting command grabs and that in it, like out of nowhere. Like he was getting command. Or was when the characters got put in?
Abigail, season 3, Abigail.
Oh, bro. That Abigail's crazy.
The whole design approach
was wild.
When they're putting him in, like Cody having the command grab with the
with Vichigatu.
Bison having a command grab. Bison had a command grab. You know what I mean? They started doing madness.
But that's why V-Shift needed to be a thing.
It needed to be a thing, man. But I just think the design in general, I think was a bit crazy that certain characters that really shouldn't have a command grab and not getting them, and then you know what I mean, are getting tools that they historically haven't had and probably shouldn't have. And I think that's kind of a thing where they seem to be doing that a lot more in modern fighting games. They're just giving people tools that they should never really have for no reason. Do you know what I mean? Like, why do you think that is? Why giving characters tools that they just, you know what I mean, like historically haven't had? You know what I'm saying?
No, I think I just feel like it's another thing where they're trying to cover up a lot of weaknesses for characters, man. Like, this character used to be like this, but you know he can't do this. Oh, okay, next game we'll just give him that. Now it's like, he doesn't not have anything anymore. Like, give every character every single tool possible.
They have to be careful with this, because what if you give Manon a projectile now? Like,
that could happen.
You know what I mean? Like, but in this state of fighting games, it feels like that's not too far from happening.
It's not. Actually, it's not.
Geef's gonna get a low forward drive rush or something. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, and I just don't think this is good, man. I think that certain characters shouldn't be allowed to have certain tools, and that's just it. And it, like, do you know what I mean? If you keep on pushing the boundaries of what characters are allowed to have, we're gonna get to a state in like the whole cross fighting games where everyone's pretty much got the same tools, which is gonna make the game not only just super dumb, but like boring as well. So not only is it unfun to play, but it's also boring to watch, because now every character, you know what I mean? There's not the distinct, like, you know, this guy's playing the Zona, so you know what I'm saying? You know, kind of like his play style and what to expect rather than like now, you know what I mean? Then everyone got the same play style, and it's just going to be boring, isn't it?
That's kind of how Street Fighter 6 is kind of looking at the moment, because all these DLC characters come out, but again, what's it going to be? A Crash Mika Dravesh character, Fireball Dravesh character? What type of character is it going to be? It's going to be the same version of another character that already kind of exists, just with different type of moves and normals. So it's like, you got zoners, right? When you play against JP, you get zoned a little bit, but then he starts rushing you down. It's like, why can you do that? Gao will throw a Sonic Boom, grab rush behind it, and now he's rushing you down. It's like, what's the difference between Gao and Cammy? You know?
You know what? That's why I think that the system really needs to change. Like, you know, those kind of like big system changes that you was talking. I think they do so much for the game, because I think then you would see a lot more of the character individuality and archetypes
will properly shine.
Because now it's like the optimal way to play the game is the optimal way to play the game, and if you're not playing this certain way, it's kind of like you're missing out on just doing like playing that way. Like, if you're not doing slow, you know, Sonic Boom into Drive Rush with Guile, you kind of like not using the potential of the character, if that makes. I do think they need to like change up the system, man, and make it so basically the drive mechanics are less abusable. Also, as well, what do you think about drive reversal? Actually, I forgot to mention that.
Drive reversal, I think, with the way the game is currently, it should just be safe at this point.
I think it
should be safe on block.
I think
because why not just EXDP if you think they're gonna do that? Why not just DP, unless you don't have one?
I think if you made the read that they're going to do an attack, it should always hit. If they attack into your drive reversal, it should always hit. I don't think, like, because there's situations where you can do an attack and then block
You can like jab and then block still,
and now you get a medium punish into heavy, into whatever. I think if you did do the attack, the drive reversal should basically be unblockable, if that makes sense. Do you know what I'm saying?
This is why in Street Fighter 5 you had V reversal, which was like characters have different ones. In this game, it's all the same. Drive reversal just knocks you back, or if you block it, you get punished. In 5, it was like you had to V reversal was safe on block, right? But then you had to, if you wanted to punish it, you had to do specific punishes. Like on the knockdown, you'll do like a backdash, make it whiff, and then punish. Or some V reversals were side switches. So Rashid would V reversal and he'd roll to the other side, and you'd have to catch that timing. Or Ed would do the same thing. Do you know what I'm saying?
That was so cheap.
Yeah, you could V reversal, crouch me kick, fireball. They do crouch me kick, you V reversal with Ed or Rashid, roll on the other side. If they're committed to fireball, you punish it.
They're in the corner. They're in the corner. That was so dumb.
Yeah, but on block, if you did it on block, your stun bar reduces and you will still like safe. So I think they should just make it safe, because right now everything's just too scary on wake up all the time.
I think making it safe would be a good change in the right direction, even if they made it like only jab punishable. But I think safe, but I would like it to be like what I said. I'd like it to, if I made the read on it.
Like if I neutral jump and you did it, I'll land on you with a jump in. Like that's cool, but if I just block it out,
if you attacked into it, I think you should kind of get it. You know, or a bit of pushback maybe as well. Like maybe it's safe, but it pushes you back from the opponent. You know what I mean? So I think they should kind of adjust V reversal as well. The game could probably do with that as well, because like some characters, like they just stick to you like glue, man. I feel like Jury. It's like when a Jury gets in on you, what do you actually do? Because she's just
Jury still has like Street Fighter 5 pressure. Her medium. And mediums plus on block, so
and it's even worse, like because you can just tick throw you like for joke, like 2 mediums into man. Like certain characters there, and then like you said, the overhead still being plus. I think that's one of the dumbest things in the game. Like I just guessed on your finger and it's plus. So, I don't know, man, it's crazy.
Well, someone in the chat showed me Street Fighter 4 Omega where Ken had a kick fireball. I actually forgot that he had a kick fireball. What the hell?
Street Fighter 4 Omega.
Yeah. You know when you could change the characters to Omega?
Weird mode.
Bro, my man's kicking his fireball. What? Nah.
I reckon Jinrai is worse than that. Jinrai is the most dumbest special move in the whole flipping game. I hate Jinrai, you know. Jinrai is so stupid, man. Nerf that move, bro. I swear nerf that move, that flipping move.
Nah, it's crazy, man.
Yeah, man. But I think that's it, you know, for the podcast, you know. I don't know whatever. If you man want to chat about anything else, but that's it for the subject still.
I think I got one more thing I want to talk about, like just a quick roundup. Is what do you think about everyone quitting Tekken at the minute? Obviously, like, you know, we all play both Street Fighter and Tekken at a decent. Well, you're mad sick at Street Fighter, so I'm not even gonna take that away from you. But we all play it. We can all play at like the game at the meta, right? Now, what do you think about people leaving Tekken and boycotting it and just like migrating and into other games? Well, they're migrating to Street Fighter. Do you think this is a good thing, or do you think it's a bad thing? Because I can tell you what I personally think. I would just quickly touch up on it, just very quickly on what I think. I think it's a good thing that people are going out and having fun. I think people are touching grass a lot. They're trying out new things. This is a social skill, trying out new things. I feel like people was locked into Tekken a bit too much. I know the game will get better eventually for sure. But I feel like them migrating over to like different games and trying out different games, I think this is sick. Like, because we might find someone that might actually be good at Street Fighter that was playing Tekken. You just don't know, innit? But that's my 2 pence on it. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it is a good thing people are playing other stuff. It's like nobody wants to. The common thing is, if you don't like it, why do you play it? People say that all the time. People have connection with the game they play, especially when they've committed to it for so many years. It's not as easy as just come off. For some people, it's their content creation. For some people, it's their professional fighting game career as players. So it's not as easy as just come off. And when things are not right, people are gonna speak up and complain. But yeah, I think it is a good thing if people are able to just disconnect a little bit, play other stuff. There's other games to play there. Don't make it literally the reason why you wake up is because of Tekken. Like there's other stuff you can do in life. You know what I mean? So yeah, I think in that aspect, it's a good thing. In terms of like boycotting and like making it a movement, I don't know how much that really helps. I don't know if it helps. I'm sure they've seen it. I'm sure the devs have seen what's going on and all of that. I don't know if it does anything in terms of what they're gonna do that they weren't already going to do. I have no idea. But also something just tells me that the whole boycotting and all of that is gonna. I feel like something out of it might start backfiring. It's like if I'm somebody who's making a product, yeah, and I'm trying. I might have done something wrong. Maybe I messed up the product and everyone hates me for it, yeah? I'm not going to come back with like a good taste in my mouth. Like, I'm not going to come back all happy. I'm going to come back and like try to make my product better, but I'm going to have a dislike towards certain people.
Yes.
Even after I've made the product better, I'm still going to be like, I've done it better, but I haven't forgotten. I still don't like you because of like, I'm not going to forget what's happened. So
that's how I feel.
I don't know if that's gonna backfire or not in the long run. So yeah, that's how I feel about that.
Yeah, I feel like the way how people are going about it, like there's like personal attacks and and people making names about people. Obviously, people are saying Hara Division, Mari Vision. Like I really highly doubt it's Mari Vision or Hara Division for the Anabug. Do you get what I'm trying to say? It literally just seemed like there was something that should have been tested because in the previous games, when Anna does the slap, the only people that can react to the slap are female characters. Like none of the male characters are able to react. Like, so it's weird how that got past testing. That's like a basic thing. It's like if Yoshimitsu does flash, what happens afterwards? It's such a basic, like that is Anna's thing. Do you get what I'm saying? It's a very unique tool. So I don't know how it got past testing, but it did. I don't know how. Dante, what do you think about it?
I've got a different look on it from you guys still. I'll keep it 100. So, like, how I'm looking at it is, if I've made a product now, I've made this product, and, like, my whole consumer base is now telling me this product is trash for so-and-so reason, and we didn't want this in the first place. You took a risk, and it didn't pay off. Can you please do X, Y, Z? If I then am stupid enough to not only tell you that I'm going to change it in the way that you want it, but then I do the complete opposite, and I do other things on top of that to annoy you for no reason, completely unnecessary, I think I've got to hold that. And like, if I think it's completely within the consumer's right to protest, because it shows me that I've messed up. I think the consumer, especially when you've got people's livelihoods on the line, like as
esports,
content creation, just like you've got people's like literally lives, like how they've shaped their life on my product, and I'm doing something that is complete, like it just makes no sense, and I'm also telling lies about it at the same time.
Oh, the defensive thing and that.
The thing is, because like we tried the constructive feedback, we tried it for a year, bro. We literally did like season 1. We was telling the dev, not only there was countless videos and countless like tweets towards the devs, please change this, please change that, and there was a lot of common ground on the defense, and we want that, yeah, man. I think the fact that they told us they were gonna do that and then did the complete opposite, they've got to kind of hold that, and I think that the consumers are allowed to. I think they should be allowed to do a boycott or whatever, because at the end of the day, they're not listening to the feedback, and there's nothing else. We're on the last legs, bro. People are review bombing the game. The players are dropping, bro. I'm seeing tweets about for locals. So locals that used to be like 50 plus players are now like 14 players, stuff like that. So like the competitive teams, actually, this is what I'm saying. I don't think people understand the severity of what's going on here. Like, this is going from the best selling Tekken game ever to now the game could actually die because of how bad the decision making has been on the dev team, innit? So like, it's one of them. And I know for a fact the boycott and whatever is affecting, is definitely going to affect the sales of the season 2 season pass. Do you get what I'm saying? Because that is like what they're selling right now. That's their new product right now, the season 2 pass. You get me? And like, when people see the reviews, not only is it going to affect the sales of the game, it's also going to affect the season pass stuff. That forces the devs to now listen to the players, because like, when they had a choice, they didn't want to listen to the players because they had the choice to do it. But now they kind of don't have a choice, because if you let's say they started buffing characters again, like, bro, the game will just die, bro. The game will literally just die. Like, locals are dying, bro. Like, you've got less than 1,000 entrants at Evo. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, the game's dying in front of our eyes, whether you want to admit it or not, innit? So I feel like, personal attacks and stuff like that, I'm not really all for that. But in terms of like people voicing their opinion and enforcing like a movement, because the thing is, at the end of the day, if the devs didn't do these silly decisions and lie to us, information, make us wait this long for, like, there wouldn't be a boycott in the first place. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, there wouldn't even be a boycott. Like, the only reason why there's a is because like, the game that people have literally grew up on since childhood is now getting ripped away from people and changed, like, right now. Do you get what I'm saying? That's why there's a boycott. It's more severe than just, do you know what I'm saying? Like, they just made a 1-2 bad decision. Like, no, they've like systematically changed the game to a level where it's just, the game's unrecognizable. Good. The game's unrecognizable. Like, Tekken 8 isn't recognizable. You might have 1-2 animation back then, but like, bro, like, the fact that chip damage is even a thing, the fact that the audacity to even put chip damage in the game, to me, will just never make sense. Like, Tekken was a game where it's like it was the game where you don't get rewarded. You don't get punished for blocking. That was the game. You don't get punished for blocking in Tekken, because you shouldn't. If you block a move, like, you shouldn't take damage for blocking a move like that. Whereas, like, obviously Street Fighter and all that, okay, they had their chip damage mechanics and da. Now it feels like, bro, put it this way, like, certain moves are doing the chip damage of a level 3 in Street Fighter 6. Yeah. Like, let's keep it real. Certain moves are doing the chip damage of a level 3 on block in Street Fighter 6 in Burnout. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, bro, that's never ever what Tekken was about. Like, and then you had the heat system, which is kind of like it's kind of like the same as the Soul Calibur system they had, and that game died. So are we not seeing the common things here? Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, if you're putting in new systems from games that are dying, and like, do you know what I mean? And then on top of that, you're not listening to the community. On top of that, you're lying to the community. On top of that, do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's gonna get to a point where people are gonna do something, or your game will die, innit? And they're letting you know your game will die, because we won't play your game. We will go to other things.
I'm telling you from now. What you said there. Soul Calibur 6 died on season 2. Like, it never had another season.
Did it actually? Oh, in season 2,
bro. On season 2, bro, the whole community was wishing for another Soul Calibur 6 season 3, wishing, bro, and it never came because the game was dead. I promise.
Did they buff everyone in season 2?
They done something mad. I don't remember if they changed. They done a patch now, and all the characters became strong. But
so they buffed everyone in season 2.
Similar to that.
The pattern here.
What, bro? Like, I don't understand, bro.
Damn.
Like,
I didn't think about this, you know.
This is the thing, bro.
Snap.
This is what I was trying to say earlier. Yeah, if 3 games in a row, potentially 4, you do a version of the game, and then the next version of the game you nerf everyone, and then everyone's happy with the game. Why then, in 2025, when you have over 20 years of experience and evidence that this model works, would you then, in a game like Tekken 8, where you're already taking risks with chip damage, you're already taking risks with heat, why would you then have the whole community shouting at you, saying nerf everything, then you completely throw that out the window, and not on top of that, you say you're going to nerf chip damage, whatever, then you're adding in more chip damage to a mechanic in the game that has never done that, which is throws.
Do you know what though?
Why would you do that?
Do you think that they thought that? Do you think they actually thought that they did buff defense because of the sidestep change? Because remember they might not play their own game. They might not actually not play their own game. They might have just thought, "Yo, this sidestep thing is sick defense," and then they add in new moves, yeah, without actually knowing that if those moves are broken or not.
Bro, you can't even sidestep the new moves. They're power mids, bro. That's why I call them power mids. They're so good.
Do you understand that one time in Tekken that homing moves didn't exist?
One time.
There was a time in Tekken where homing moves didn't exist.
Wait, what Tekken introduced homing moves then?
Tekken 6.
6?
6, yeah.
So there was no homing moves in 5, Reggie?
No.
That's crazy.
And some people say Tekken 5DR was the best Tekken of all.
Yeah.
So like, if there's certain, bro, if I've got a product here and I'm like, across the board, everyone likes this product the most that I made. Everyone likes this product the most, yeah. With a logical thinking brain, I'm gonna look at that product, see what it did well, and implement it into the new product. That's just me, innit? I don't know, like, bro, if I'm seeing everyone loves this about this product, yeah, I'm gonna implement it into the new product because it's proven to work. This is why evidence and facts work.
Exist.
Instead of like, do you know what I'm saying?
Do you think that like they look at their previous games to see how they want to make their next game though? I think they look at other games, other genres and stuff to be like, oh, look what this genre is doing and all of that. Let's try and implement some of that into our game.
But that's silly because remember, you've got your own product here,
brother,
and like your product is very unique. Tekken is a very unique game, innit? So what might work for one game might not work for Tekken. That's why chip damage doesn't work in Tekken, because it did work in Street Fighter 2 and extent. It did work, but in Tekken it doesn't work. You can't just add in a mechanic from a whole completely different game that doesn't even have a 3D aspect to it and it just expect it to work. That's not how it works. But you need to see what works for your product that you made.
So
you know what I'm saying?
So to echo for that, bro, you do remember that in Tekken 7 when Akuma was there, Akuma was using Street Fighter 4 mechanics, right? Instead of Street Fighter 5. At that period of time, Street Fighter 5 was going on. Now, let's fast forward. We're now in Tekken 8. They are now using Street Fighter 5 mechanics because Street Fighter 5 had the chip damage on, like, I think it was mediums and heavies, but not lights, right? Same thing kind of applies to Tekken. Your jabs don't do chip damage and a couple other moves don't do chip damage. But your stronger moves do chip damage. Now, again, like you said, this is not gonna work in Tekken because Tekken is not known for these type of things, right? It's not known for chip damage. Like, why would you?
This is the thing as well. Like, the way they've implemented that is, okay, in Street Fighter, like, special moves, like, did chip damage, right?
Mm-hmm.
Special moves. That is a class of moves that are made, like, this is the class of moves, yeah? But in Tekken,
there's too many moves.
There's not a class of moves that are doing chip damage. It's just whatever the move that they decide does chip damage is the move that does chip damage. So even then, they're not even mimicking the model of how they've done it properly. Do you get what I'm saying? Like,
not well implemented.
Yeah, it's not well implemented. So, like, why do it? This is what I'm saying. Like, if you've got your own product now and your product known to do X, Y, Z well, why would you then stray away from doing X, Y, Z well to take other things from other products and just put it in your? It doesn't make sense.
It don't.
That actually logically doesn't make any sense. Like,
it don't.
Do you know what I mean? Because it doesn't make any sense, and you're seeing the results of it right now. You get what I'm saying? Seeing the results of it, man. So
I think in Tekken, the selection of moves they chose to give chip damage makes no sense. Like, moves that do chip damage then should end your turn, really. because I've been damaged for blocking.
Of course.
So it shouldn't be a. Why is Nina doing Y running 1+2 chip damage plus in your face? Like, what's that?
And like certain moves like are plus on block into stances.
Yes.
Running free Jin.
Like it
plus 12. How are you plus 12?
Honestly, I think like, bro, I'll keep it 100. I think just remove chip damage.
They should
I honestly think like emergency patch, like this emergency patch, April, whatever. It's
like chip damage isn't.
Chip damage has been removed, and everyone will be gassed. That's what I.
The lucky thing is for Tekken is that chip damage, as crazy as it is in Tekken 8, it's not like the identity of the game. I don't think it's not like me saying remove drive rush. It's like street. That's the identity of the game at this point.
Yeah.
It's not.
I feel like it. You know, I do get what you're saying, but I think that it kind of is, but it's not a good identity to have. Like everyone knows that chip damage is busted in Tekken 8, but if you took it away, then no one would care because like it was never really meant to be there in the.
People can move on from it.
Like I don't think there's an actual argument that you bring to me as to why Tekken should have chip damage.
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean. There's no actual argument for that. It's just there for the sake of it, and it's just like it doesn't do anything good for the you know the casuals or the high level players. It's just dumb. And the thing is like, okay, if you are gonna keep it in, it just literally makes the most sense for it to only be in heat mode because then that would put emphasis on this stupid heat mode that you've put in the game. It would be like, okay, cool, like you can only do this when you're in an enhanced state. But the fact that outside of that now you're doing chip damage, it just doesn't make any sense. And I just think like if you removed it, the whole player base probably rejoice, and you'd probably get more reviews, good reviews, and stuff. Do you know what I mean?
Even for casuals, like in terms of Tekken, it's like you remove chip damage as a whole. I don't think any casuals is gonna be like, I don't like it because there's no chip damage. But if you were to say something like remove drive rush, a casual who's never played the Street Fighter game ever is gonna be like, I can't play the game anymore. Where's my drive rush?
And I think the identity of Tekken as well was you had 100+ movesets in it. So like you didn't need to do too much crazy stuff with the system for the game to be fun, because the fun part about the game was using your large move, and which is unique in each character, overcoming the opponent with that moveset in it. You create the crazy situations with that moveset, but now adding in like just all these stuff under the system as well with the moveset, I don't think that works. Do you get what I'm saying? I don't think it works for anyone. Do you know
kind of crazy in Tekken because right now it's like characters have like 100 moves, but you would think that the move list for each character is as short as like Street Fighter because you don't need to use a lot. It's literally these moves are so good, and he engages and it's like you just see a selection of moves every round.
Yeah. But then like when someone does pull out that move, it just feels like a mad knowledge check because it's just like he's just pulled out this string, you know what I mean, from nowhere. He just makes the game feel mad random, and so yeah, man. I really don't think that chip damage is necessary, and it was a mistake from the get go. I think it should be gone. That's my personal opinion. Still,
I mean, you know, across the board, I think that all makes sense to me. I think right now, I think both fighting games are in a bad or gone feels.
No, that's how one would think. I know that in Tekken right now, a lot of people don't like the fact that you have heat, rage, plus rage art. It's too much,
Yeah.
What if they're just like, I mean, Tekken never used to have rage arts in the first place. What if rage arts just become like fatalities, bro? At once per game, not round. Like literally, the game's over, and then you do your input, and you can finish him off with a rage art. Or you can just hit them and then them off.
That would be mad.
At the moment, it's like...
Me personally, I would like rage arts to not have
armor.
100% armor. So it only armors like...
one hit.
No, basically, you can throw them and load them. Basically. So the armor works the same as regular armor. I think that would be a more balanced way to have a... To be fair, I think you could take armor away from it completely and just use them as combo tools, really. I don't think you need the rage art panic button. Like,
but this is
especially
They want scrubs to play. They want scrubs though, like not scrubs, but they want new people. I shouldn't say scrubs. Sorry, my bad. They want new people to be able to just throw it out and be able to win. They want everyone to have that false sense of hope of winning with this tool. So they will never ever remove that. That's one of the reasons why there's minus 15.
They already have that with Heat, bro.
They don't, but they want to give everyone options, bro. This is what they're like, and I'm not saying in a trolling or joking way. I'm being so real with you, bro. This is why, like, why in every game where you could do a level 3, you're mad punishable. Why in Tekken 8 is it minus 15, where you could potentially get one frame a tad bit late and try to punish with maximum 15 frame punish, and then
doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. That's not good for the newcomers or the no one likes that change. Nobody likes that change. This is what I'm saying. If there's a change that you've made to a game systematically that nobody likes, I don't think you should be against changing it, bro.
But they haven't changed it from season 1.
Yeah, but this is what I mean. I think that's dumb.
I agree.
think that's literally illogical. If you've got a product, like I said this before, bro. If you know what I'm saying, if you're selling food and everyone doesn't like the fact that you've added too much salt on it or whatever, yeah, and then you say I hear that, but then you just keep on, you add more of it, then like you're literally like pushing away the people that you're selling your product to. Do you get me? It makes no sense. That's just illogical. That's a bad business decision. So we talk about, oh yeah, the money's running out and da. But maybe the money's running out because
you're not listening.
You're not. But ain't you heard the phrase "the customer's always right"?
I heard that. Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like that's a legit phrase because you're catering towards the people buying your product, innit? Fighting games need to be more like that, bro. They need to be like, do you know what I mean? If something's universally agreed upon, like, do you get me? Like, and you've got statistics to back it up, flipping change it.
Yeah.
Change it, innit? Do you know what I'm saying? Come on, man. Like, do you know what I mean? And then people will probably be more likely to buy your season passes and buy you copies of your game and rare. So yeah, man.
No, I heard that. All right, well, across the board, Miles, I reckon we might as well just wrap this up just because of the time and that. And I feel like we've got a lot of stuff that's been said into the podcast. I feel like it's been a very, very interesting one. We talked about both Street Fighter and Tekken across the board. I'm seeing everyone's doing their, guides of if you don't want to come into Street Fighter. I feel like I need to do one. I feel like I'm qualified to do one. For Phils, you should do one too. I feel like the cheat code at the minute right now. I see that people getting views, bro.
Might as well.
You get me? And you was dominating in Street Fighter 5, bro. You know what I'm saying? You're more qualified than everyone else that's been doing these guys, bro. You know what I'm saying?
At this point, might as well. It might be the method right now.
You rarely see someone go from Street Fighter to Tekken. You can kind of.
No, do you know what it is? I've always liked Tekken. That's the thing. I've played every Tekken game apart from Tag 1.
Oh,
and
so
Tekken.
you're a low key Tekken guy.
Yeah, I love Tekken. Outside of Tag 1 and Tekken 1, I've played Tekken 2 out arcade before. I've played 3, 4, 5, 6. I had the PSP. I played DR. I played all of them. Tag 2 is my favorite one.
When did you learn juggles and like frame data?
Yeah.
When did you learn? What game?
Tekken frame data wasn't until I started playing Street Fighter 5. But I was casual. But juggles probably like Tekken 6. And Street Fighter 4. Street Fighter 4 and Tekken 6.
He's a low key Tekken guy.
Yeah, but I've been playing. I've been playing.
Playing still. I'd rather, like Street Fighter 4. Yeah, I was trash. Yeah, bro. I couldn't like. You see the like what's it, the vortexes and the Oki.
Yeah.
Knowledge checky. We see cross Tekken, bro. I was slapping people on that game.
Nah, do you know what's crazy? Yeah, bro. You see a simple focus, a simple FADC cancel in Street Fighter 4. Yeah. I don't think a lot of people could do that right now if they made Drive Rush that same tight input.
Yeah, it was
to
tight.
do FADC. It was tight.
Yeah.
I think that's what people were thinking when Drive Rush was like talked about. But then they realized, oh no, you just do forward, and then they changed it to 2 buttons to go forward.
This is what I'm saying, bro. Balrog, when he done the little crouching, light punch crouching, like kick uppercut, EX uppercut, and then down that one frame. That's what I used to do back then, but that thing was very, very difficult, bro. Very, very difficult. But I nailed it down though.
I didn't like 4 though, man. Overall, I didn't like the way it worked. I rather didn't like the invincible DP into like meterless DP into FADC Ultra. And like I didn't like that, bro. Me personally.
The one thing I will say, one thing I will say is when Street Fighter 5 dropped, DPs, meterless DPs were they were they were fully invincible in it.
Yeah.
And obviously in Street Fighter 4, that's normal. The minute they said EXDP is invincible, meterless is no longer like invincible.
Yeah.
It felt like, why was it not always like this?
Yeah, bro.
Because I imagine meterless DPs now sounds insane to me. Like, it sounds crazy.
I actually think like without V Trigger, 5 would have been such a crazy. It would have been like the best game ever, bro. That would have been sick. It had a sick roster, and like, yeah, man. I just think like V Trigger's kind of like ruined it. To be fair, you know what I mean? I felt like V Triggers was.
I started not minding V Triggers when V Shift came out. Before pre V Shift, having to hold a lot of things was kind of crazy.
What, you didn't mind V Triggers, so you didn't still think that some V Triggers were just dumb, like you'd mash them up.
Nah, they definitely were. V Triggers were definitely crazy, but
it was such a silly mechanic, man. But yeah, man, I think if they had a game that was like sick, man. But yeah, like that was a sick decision, like the EX instead of invincible DP off the bat. I think that was a really good decision, man. So yeah. I liked a lot of things that Cross Tekken did though as well. Like you know how you could get like kind of like a lot of good conversions off like the anti-airs and stuff.
I didn't play Cross Tekken.
You didn't play it?
I didn't play Cross
Bro, Cross Tekken was like, apart from the gems, it was like the most neutral based Street Fighter ever, I think. Because like jumping was very dangerous in it. Because you could literally DP someone into like basically a tag assault is what you call it, and then you get a full juggle. Do you get what I'm saying? For someone jumping, so jumping was very dangerous in that. So like people wouldn't just jump, like, and if they did, they'd get mashed up for it. And then like in neutral, like you know, you could basically chain your normals together, like for like full launches basically. So like if you whiffed, Guile could just do crouch medium, stand heavy kick into a launch. And then you get a full juggle. So it's like it turned into a lot of whiff punishment. And then obviously there wasn't nothing like drive rush in the game or whatever. So it was a lot of footsies and whiff punishment in it. And it was actually, bro, it was really a lot of neutral, you know. Like people that play in tournaments and that, they literally say, yo, like, oh, if you don't like this game, it's because you don't like neutral and that.
Yeah.
That's mad. That's mad. But listen, Mandem. Great podcast. This one, we lasted 3+ hours, and this was very good talk, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. It didn't feel like 3 hours. It felt like just an hour. But it was so much things to talk about. You know, another guest again. Really appreciate you for Phils. Like, this was a great one, and it's always good to have, you know, great guests on. This one is special to me because I play both games, and I don't feel like I showcase Street Fighter enough on my streams. So getting you on to talk about 2 games that I really like is amazing to me. And obviously, me and Dante, we both play Street Fighter and Tekken. So, you know, to both of us, it's sick. He plays DJ. He's cheap. But yeah, anyways.
I appreciate you having me on the podcast. I appreciate it.
Yeah, respect feels, man.
No, definitely. If you lot enjoy that, remember to leave a comment. Let us know what your favorite section is. We're gonna now close it up. I hope you lot appreciated it, and yeah, we'll be on to the next one. Take it easy, everyone. Peace.
Yo, safe, man. Safe.